welcome to episode 526 of the Super Ultra Podcast Arcade for May 23rd, 2026. I'm one of your hosts, Daniel Nicholson. With me is my co-host, Dominic Stallworth. What's been going on, Dominic?
And we are in the middle of spring, but man, we had those hot days, and now it's back cold again, man. Like, go down to the 50s. It only, it only go down it's warm. It just gets chilly, weird ass weather. But yeah. So it's not really much to talk about. For me, it's not much to talk about sports because I'm not really watching NBA basketball. I know they're in the championship round. Well, the Eastern Conference and Western Conference championships. And the Final Four teams are Knicks, the Knicks, Cavaliers, and then on the West side you got the Spurs versus the Thunder, defending champs. So a lot of people are looking at the Spurs and Thunders, and they feel like they're the deciding factor. Basically, like either whoever wins between them two will be the champion. So yeah, but yeah, I'll just wait till next season when the Wizards, if they're good, and I'll watch them. All right, but anyway, baseball, Orioles, they suck, but luckily for them, I guess that the rest of the American League sucks, so I guess they're still in it, but it's like I kind of don't want it to be that way. I kind of want to either just tell it like I just wanted it to be like it's over. They're horrible. But they did win last night as this podcast, but they've been losing. Like they lost 2 out of 3 to the Nats last weekend. Luckily, I went to the game on Sunday, and luckily that was the game they did win, so that's good. Then they lost all 3 games against Tampa Bay, who is like the best team in the American League. I think Tampa Bay lost last night to the Yankees. I'm not sure. I mean, I just saw the highlights, and there was I didn't even watch the whole highlights of it. I just know that Yankees pitcher just came back. Garrett Cole has been gone for a while. I think he got hurt. He got hurt last year, and he hasn't pitched since then. So he's back, and I don't know how he did, but yeah, it's like those two. It's like, oh, Cleveland's been on a roll. I think they won 7 in a row, so they're really coming strong. So yeah, there is probably another team really looking like a more competitive, complete team, and that's what I'm waiting for. When's the turnaround going to happen? Where teams start going away, and then Orioles really look bad. That's what I'm saying. It's dude, Orioles, if you ain't turning around, it's I just don't see. I mean, I see other teams are just really bad. I mean, just that I'm not really paying attention to them. I'm just seeing the records. But looking at the O's, man, they're just. It's it's not even fun to watch. It's not even hey, at least they put the bat on the ball. You see it. Yeah, it's every now and then, but it's not. Yeah, it's not great. I keep saying when they're 2 strikes or something, or I forget what it was. Statistically, I think if they're down 2 strikes or something, they're when they're in the bottom, they're below average. I know that is for batting average, so it's oh man, that's really bad. Yeah, it's already bad when you're down 2 strikes. You're already down, but now it almost seems yeah, it's almost you almost feel oh man, it's not a chance that they can come back from that. And also with the pitching, God, pitching sucks. It's the opposite. It's hey, they can get the guy down to 2 strikes, but then they can't put him away. Or 2 outs, and they have 2 outs. Or I should really say they have 2 outs too, and they can't put him away. It was a weird statistic that someone showed what it was with that. What the band averages of teams that go against them, or the on base percentage. It was definitely high for that, and I was oh man. So yeah, and there was a one of the commentators, Ben McDonald, former pitcher for the Orioles back in the day. He did a rant that a lot of people just been talking about. Basically saying he's tired of seeing the analytic stuff like, hey, how hard they hit the ball. They say it doesn't matter, or the spin rate on the pitches. Like none of that matters if you can't get outs, if you can't get outs, or you get out, or like if you're like, yeah, you can hit the ball hard and you get out. And people took it like, well, some people are taking it like, oh, like analytics is like you gotta stop worrying about analytics or something. Now there are fans who are saying that, but I expect fans to say that because they don't know anything. They don't know enough. So it's like fans they're gonna say some stupid stuff. So it's like I don't care. But some people are saying like Ben was saying that. I was like, I don't think it's like I never took it. But I was listening to him. I never took it that he was saying that analytics are like meaningless or nothing. No. It's just that yeah, I'm tired of hearing like, hey, this guy hits the ball very hard. Like, yeah, you need to
Yeah,
hit the
it
ball
shouldn't be the
hard.
focus of the game.
Yeah, like I'm tired of hearing that especially when you're losing. That's the thing. It's one thing if you're winning, or like if you win most of the time, or like you don't
Yeah.
look as bad as what we look. Yeah, because and in all honesty, yeah, you need to hit the ball hard because these guys are fast on defense. So you need to hit the ball. But if you hit the ball hard to them, then that it doesn't do anything for me. That statistic means nothing for me. It means something because some people say like, oh, but the top like teams they use analytics a lot. I said, yeah, they also got good players. So yeah, it makes sense if you use the analytics and the players actually do the job on the field. That works out. I think basically, and Ben, I think basically Ben was being really nice because at the end of the day, when you say like the analytics they're not working, it's more like, well, maybe the players aren't that good. Maybe that's why. Like the analytics stuff ain't working. Because yeah, they're hitting the ball when they hit the ball hard. They're hitting somewhere where the guys are, not where they're not, not where they're
Right.
not. So that doesn't help. And then the pitching, yeah, if they have no command of where the pitch goes, spin rate means shit. It doesn't mean anything if you're not going where it needs to go. So yeah, that's what he's saying. Like, of course we know, I mean, most people who really know baseball know analytics works. And I'm not saying I know baseball, but I know enough that analytics are doing something because everybody using it. So I know enough that like, yeah, it must be working somewhere. But also it's like what advantage you're taking from it. And then sometimes, like I said, it could be just like you don't have the good players. And sometimes it may not come down to analytics. Maybe it's something that's human. That's the problem here. And that's what probably mostly it is. It's probably not the numbers. It's probably just the human element. And maybe the players not good or whatever is going. I don't know what's going on in the locker room or anything. I have no idea. But yeah, it's not a good team right now. And yeah, they beat the Detroit, but Detroit's not that good this year. So I'm happy we won. I'm not going to take a lot of wins, but it's like I'm not going to be like, oh, we can turn it around. Nah, man. I mean, all bad teams win games every now and then. It's about like we're never consistent. Other than that, I haven't paid attention to any NFL news. Like I said, I don't really pay attention to all season NFL much unless it's like some big news happen. UFL's been going on. I did look at the stands of that. The Defenders had lost last week, so they're like in the middle of the pack. They have a winning record still, though, but it's kind of like I think it's like three teams or four, maybe four that have winning records. Maybe last time I saw, but uh, yeah, who did the Defenders play today? No, I don't want to go there. They play the Orlando Storm. They already played them. Oh my goodness! So we lost. Darn, is that three in a row they lost in? Darn, that sucks. What's going on? Been losing. They play Friday night. Um, so that's not good. Uh, but yeah, Atlanta Storm, they're number one in the league. I think this is a new team. I don't remember seeing them last year. Orlando Storm.
Yeah, that sounds. Yeah.
Yeah, they're 7-2. St. Louis is 5-3. Defenders are 5-4, and Birmingham is 4-4. Um, and then there's Louisville Kings who are 4-4, and then after that, the next three teams are below 500. So yeah, the season I think it's how many games it usually is? It's usually 10. I want to say. I need to go back. Yeah. So I don't think. Yeah, it's 10. So yeah, I only have one more week after this till we start the playoffs. So defenders, I mean, they're in the playoff position still.
Mhm.
But like Birmingham and Louisville Kings, they're right on their tail. So yeah, it sucks that they lost. Yeah, they lost three in a row. Yeah, that they start losing now. Yeah, they got at least. Yeah, they definitely. Yeah, it's going to come down to the last game of the season. Or I mean, or if Birmingham and Louisville loses this week, then it's like okay, I think we'll be definitely in, maybe. But it will look good. It'll be better for us. Um, yeah. So yeah, that's all I got, man. So any wrestling news?
Yeah. Last Saturday I went to AEW Collision. It was in Salisbury, Maryland, which is kind of a hike. It's about a little over 2 hours there and then 2 hours back. So, admittedly, maybe not quite worth it for me. Honestly, I actually took my daughter, and she wasn't super into it. It was past her bedtime, so I'll give her a pass there. But yeah, she was very much over it, especially by the end of the show. She was done with it, so we actually left during the main event. Um, but I went back and watched it. Darby Allin versus Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara has basically been, a shoot away to Ring of Honor. A lot of the matches that we saw on Collision involved Ring of Honor guys because they did a Ring of Honor pay per view on Friday night before in the same arena. And, it felt like the most recent Dynamite I had been to a couple of weeks ago. It was actually kind of crazy, like all the matches I got to see. There were like most of the matches were title matches. It was big name stars and stuff, which hasn't really happened in Maryland in a while. And I guess that's kind of the thing. That one wasn't in Maryland, so maybe that's the key here. Because whenever they were doing like the UMBC shows, it felt like we were kind of getting the second string acts too, and that's kind of what it felt like here. Collision's also not their main show. It's their Saturday night show, so they don't have the
What was it like
biggest
Sunday Night
names
Heat or
there
something?
typically. It's not quite that level. It's more like Thunder, or SmackDown. It's effectively their
Okay.
SmackDown. Um, but I think it's kind of one notch below SmackDown. Um, especially nowadays because SmackDown has like the brand split, right? So like they have very specific people that appear here and there. AEW is a little more fluid than that with this show, even though it started out seemingly as like the CM Punk show to get him away from everybody else after his first altercation with the Elite and the guys that kind of run AEW. But after he left, it's kind of been a I don't know what I'm trying to think of, like a different rotating cast of kind of quote unquote main guys there, or guys that are more exclusive to that show versus Dynamite. But yeah. But now, I mean, like Darby as champion, he's a thrill seeker, a risk taker. He's the guy that climbed Everest last year. He's the one that's been paired up with Sting before Sting retired. And this championship run that he's been doing, he has wrestled every single show since he won the championship, both Dynamite and Collision. I think he's had like 7 matches in the past 4 weeks or something like that. It's been crazy because they're also not like quick hitters too. He's putting in a lot of work, taking a lot of real tough bumps because that's just what he likes to do. But yeah, so tomorrow night, Sunday, as recording this, they're actually having their big Double or Nothing pay per view. It's going to be in Queens, New York, at the Louis Armstrong Arena. Um, And, it seems like a pretty stacked card. I mean, their pay-per-views are always kind of, well laid out and have a lot of big names on it. But this year, it's also the beginning of the Owen Hart Cup tournament, which is basically kind of like their King of the Ring. But it is they do it in conjunction with Owen Hart's widow. And sorry, coughing over here. And effectively, it's a tournament, and at the end of it, somebody comes out with the Owen Hart title, which is kind of like a one-off title. They use it, once a year, and that gives them the opportunity to challenge for the world title. So there's some good matches going into that tournament. First round, Samoa Joe versus Will Ospreay. That should be a lot of fun. Will Ospreay, went off injured by the Death Riders. Now he's working with the Death Riders because Jon Moxley is like helping him, find a different style because he can't be the high flyer now that he's broken his neck. It's very interesting story the way they're telling it. And Samoa Joe is basically like, I tried recruiting you. I was trying to help you. I was gonna, I helped you fight the Death Riders. I was gonna help you when you came back, but you turned your back on me, and now we're gonna fight. And then Bandito and Swerve Strickland. Bandito is still the Ring of Honor champion. Swerve is basically coming after him. That should be a fantastic match. Athena, who is the women's Ring of Honor world champion and has been for like 1,000+ days at this point. She's effectively one of the reasons to watch Ring of Honor, because they just seemingly absolutely refuse to bring her onto AEW television in a more official capacity outside of these like kind of one-off things. She's going to fight Mina Shirakawa. That should be a good match. Jon Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly. Jon Moxley's currently the Continental Champion, and Kyle O'Reilly has basically tapped him out the past, I think, 2 times they fought. And this past Wednesday, they had a match where it went to the time limit draw. So Kyle basically, survived him. So he's getting an opportunity at the actual championship this time. Konosuke Takeshita versus Kazuchika Okada, who is the international champion. They're in the same faction, but it's kind of like they're starting a civil war. Although I don't know how many people are actually going to side with, excuse me, with Takeshita, but it seems like Takeshita's becoming a baby face out of this, because the faction they're in are all heels. Oh, excuse me. And then, of course, the championship match, Darby Allin versus MJF. It's actually going to be a title versus hair match. If MJF loses, he loses his hair. If he wins, obviously, he gets the championship. And that should be a lot of fun. MJF is selling losing his hair like a madman, basically. Oh, excuse me.
Hey man, what's going on?
I'm sick. Finally caught up to me in this household. So yeah, that pay-per-view should be a lot of fun. And yeah, that's what I got for wrestling right now.
All right, man. So I guess we get to what we were watching. Did you watch anything?
No. Did I watch something?
Oh, I talk about the Punisher.
Oh yeah. I was telling you about this because we were talking, midweek after I'd watched this. I watched that thing and man, it did absolutely nothing for me. For coming off of a season of Daredevil that was kind of up and down, but for the most part, I enjoyed every episode. It just felt like it was a little more aimless, because it wasn't really following up on some of the stories that I was interested in from the first season, like the Punisher stuff. And then kind of going, oh, the Punisher has his own thing. This just felt so disconnected from that, which, you had mentioned last week that maybe it doesn't fall in that timeline, which like, okay, then why are we doing it? And yeah, it rehashes a lot of things that they had already done, kind of the going back to his family being murdered stuff, his origin stories. And I don't know if it's their attempt to kind of bring that into the MCU world, since that's technically Netflix stuff, even though the Netflix stuff is effectively canon. They've kind of, christened that as part of the MCU, even though it started out as that, but then they kind of distanced themselves. But then with Daredevil, they've basically said, all of that is, follows in that canon. But it just, the story is and I like the idea of the PTSD stuff, but I think it's been done better, in that Punisher series.
Yeah, it has,
And
exactly.
yeah, and like you said last week with the villainess, whatever was going on there, that just seems to kind of go nowhere. And I don't know if that's something that maybe leads into a Spider-Man thing or whatnot. But then you also just have like this, like, almost comedic levels of violence. Like, it's not dark and gritty because it's not shot at all dark, or at all really gritty. So to me, it almost came off like those old trauma movies where it's just like they're over exaggerating violence, almost for laughs, basically.
Yeah,
And I don't think that was their intention, but like that's what it felt like to me. Like from the first scene, and maybe this is spoilers, so spoilers, but it happens within the first like 10 seconds of the show starting. These like street thugs come up and steal this, I guess homeless veteran's dog and just throw it in front of a bus. And just like instantly, I'm like, well, is this what we're doing here? And
yeah,
then and then there are just so many scenes of just the most awful things happening in the background, and the Punisher's just walking through them, ignoring them until
yeah.
he's not anymore. And it just did nothing for me at all. And makes me kind of concerned for like what they're gonna do with him in Spider-Man. I I don't know if they're just gonna make him like a wacky, comedic relief, or if they have some kind of maybe better story to tell with him there. I don't know. It almost feels like he just turning the lights on the Punisher was a bad idea. Like the same way I don't need to see Daredevil out in daylight, I don't necessarily need to see the Punisher out under the hot sun. And maybe that exposes some things either about the character or about myself that I don't necessarily want to see. Um,
It, it's
yeah,
just, yeah. I mean, like I said, like it doesn't really explain when it takes place, and so it sucks because we never get an explanation of how did he escape
right.
Wilson Fix.
And maybe they
And
give us that in Spider-Man, but if that's the case, then this is even less relevant.
yeah, this like yeah, I don't get why this is here because all it does is cause confusion. Then like it doesn't. Yeah, it don't make sense. I feel like it.
It's here because John Barenthal was like, I'm only going to do this character if you let me write something. And they're like,
But
all
yeah,
right, John, here you go.
I don't know. Like, yeah, I wonder what. Yeah, it's so weird. It just, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I don't think I watched anything new this week. Yeah, I know in the regular TV stuff, we're basically it's basically over.
Hmm.
Like darn, like how many shows are like that these days that I think about? Like, what does like the regular season of like September to May, you know? Um, but
I don't know,
and
because
even
it was weird. I was over my in-laws, and one of my sister-in-laws was telling her mom, like, this is coming back in the autumn and this is coming back in the fall. And I'm like, oh yeah, I guess there are still people that are just like
oh
watching this
no,
kind of
my
TV and following that stuff.
yeah, my mom was doing that, and my
Yeah.
sister she does it too. Like they watch
Mm.
these what's I forget like the cop show and
The
fire.
Rookie? Did they watch The Rookie or
My mom,
911?
my mom watched the Rookie. I think
Yeah.
I don't know if my sister does.
I just don't think he should be allowed to be called The Rookie after like 7 seasons.
Oh well, I don't think it's him called the Rookie. I mean, it's probably just the name now of the show. Like I
Yeah.
think, I don't know.
I think he was my understanding because I brought this to their attention and they're like, oh, well, like he was a rookie for like the first 2 seasons.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then, he's now got his own rookie or
He got
whatever.
his own
I'm
Rookie.
like,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. That's yeah.
The lineage of the rookie.
I don't know. That is all those Chicago shows still come on. So I know they probably do that. I know some 911 shows. They become they have those. So yeah. But anyway, I guess we can just move on to what we were playing. So I played some of the Forza 6, so it finally came to Game Pass. Like it was there for order access, earlier, but now everybody has it. Is able to play it now. If you have Game Pass, and I mean, unless you just bought the game. But yeah, I only played some. Like I played the intro, which if you play the other Forza Horizon intros, it's almost like a cinematic event where you play different cars and different
Mm.
like type of like races, like just give you a
They give you a
feel. Like
taste of the good life
yeah,
before they make you slum it in the Honda Civic.
yeah, exactly. I forget what car I ended up choosing at the beginning. It's some old car. But yeah, but it's fine. And I only did a little bit. And I did I just drive it a bit around just to get the feel of it. Like, yeah, it's cool. Like you go through Tokyo. Well, like their little Tokyo, I guess, city part, and then going out into the country and everything. And
Mm.
it looks like they're doing seasons and stuff. Like I remember the seasons and Forza 4. I didn't play a lot of 5 and like the Mexico, so I don't know what. It seemed like every time, even then when I came back to the game, it just seemed kind of the same. But then again, like I only know how seasons really work in Mexico, so I don't know why. 'Cause I always just think it's warm there. That's what I've always imagined.
Yeah.
So, so I just thought it was like a whole bunch of changing seasons. I thought it was like if you go to different, like you have to go to somewhere else if you want the season to change, like maybe or something like that. But anyway, but anyway, yeah. So they're like it's springtime, I believe, like right now, and I just drove a bit. I saw the like some of these mascot things you can hit that you collect. I remember like that was like billboards and stuff like that in other games, and they probably got billboards here too. I have no idea because it's a huge big world. Um, but yeah, and like the radio station got like Japanese radio, and one of the songs that came,
Mm.
I knew because of anime, so I was like, oh look, this is a song that came
There
from
you go.
that was on an anime show, but is actually a licensed song. It wasn't like it wasn't
Oh,
music made for the anime. They just used licensed music. But yeah, but yeah, the game looks good. I mean, it plays like what Forza Horizon has always has been, like really like easy to grasp, and they got the accessibility option still. So yeah, man. I mean, man, it's fine. Like I'd probably play some more, definitely some more of it. Because like I said, I didn't really play 5 a lot. Like 5 came out at a time where I just wasn't really just didn't really cared about racing as much. Well, now that 6 is here, like I say, I'll give 6 a shot. Like I'll play more of this than before. And 5 is like he's getting to a point where I might like I want to see maybe a sale or something because now that they need to be delisting these games now because of
yeah.
licenses and licensing the music and the cars, and it's like that. I just feel like that kind of sucks. Like, and Microsoft's like, dude, you made these games that are kind of like endless, you know, and that I almost feel like, dude, this guy, like, I don't know how much they spend like to keep that shit going, but it, it's like you have to keep paying this to sell it. Like I don't know. It's that stuff always is crazy to me. It always feel like you made this game. Why can't you still just sell it?
Right.
Sell the game. Like so. I was like, what changed from like when games were sold like Gran Turismo with them back in the day on the PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2? Like why like yeah, eventually it stopped because the console being like it goes away.
Yeah.
But like, what is it like change that where they can't just keep selling that game? Like, yeah, you can say like we're not going to update it no more, but why can't
Well, I
you
think that's what
still?
I wonder if, like, because, now we're in a digital age where I can still get this game 5, 6, 7 years after, or, even 2, 3, or whatever it is. Whereas, like, back in the day, it was basically like shelf space, right? So, like, I mean, obviously, a game like Gran Turismo is going to be on the shelf probably through the end of the console's life until the next one comes out, at
Yeah,
least. But maybe it's something as simple as that, like where those phase outs still existed. We just didn't really see them as clearly. And now they have to be more upfront about it. It's like, yeah, we stopped producing the disc. Like, yeah, you can find it in GameStop because, GameStop bought it from us and now you can buy it from GameStop. It's not like a full, like, stop sale thing where they'd have to
yeah,
take them
it's
off
just
the shelves.
yeah, like I can still
Um,
get probably Forza. Yeah, I probably can
Yeah,
find
so
Forza for
maybe it's
yeah,
something as simple as that, or maybe back in the day the contracts were better handled or cheaper, where they could say like, we're gonna have the likeness to this car for perpetuity of the run of this
yeah,
game. Whereas now
yeah,
they're like,
maybe.
oh well, Porsche wants $10 million for 2 years, and if we go more than that, they want $100 million, and we don't want to do that. Nobody's going to play this game. We're going to release 5 other ones by that time. So
And that sucks because then at that point,
yeah,
dude, I'm at the point where like, man, fucking create your own cars.
exactly.
Yeah, because the thing is, yeah, I want the feel of the cars, and yeah, I would like them to be real, but you know what? If you make
It
it
would
like
also be
similar, like
nice if you could do like super collision, like super messing them
yeah,
up.
if you do like what Midnight Club did, like they just got cars that look like real cars and stuff, like I'll
Yeah,
be good, man. Because yeah, I don't like that sucks. Because like I would like to go back to play like three. Like that's the one I
yeah.
missed
It definitely frustrates
totally.
me when you see like the Hot Wheels DLC, right? And it's like, yeah, I've got a new racing game, but none of these have that DLC anymore, and I can't get that
Yeah,
version
like they
anymore.
got five has a Hot Wheels thing, but it's like
Okay,
uh, but for what I heard, like some people they liked it in three better,
right. Yeah.
and like I can't do that unless because I never bought that shit. And even if I buy the game, unless there's a disc version of the game where that was in there that I don't know of,
I
then
wonder if you can still
like
purchase
like
the
it's a code.
DLC. Yeah.
Like maybe if if it comes with a code, then I probably can. But I feel like you can't. I feel like DLC now you can't because there was still new cars and stuff in that. I
Right.
feel like they
Okay.
took all that gone, all out of the way. So unless it's on a disc where I could get it, like can get it somewhere, or it comes with the code, I don't think I can get it. Yeah, I can do it. All right. So yeah, Forza 6, I have to play some more, like to really delve into it. Like I have a
Mhm.
few recordings. I probably play some. Like I actually put like a little bit of video in the the last podcast, so that's up.
Mm.
Also I'm about to play some more Outer Worlds too, like to finish that up. Like it's really not much more to say on this game. Yeah, man, it's really it's like this game is it's okay. Like just like the first one,
Yeah.
and that's really disappointing. Like I really was hoping like a big like jump from the first one. It just feels like it's an okay RPG, but it's nothing that's going to really be like talked about, like in any kind of way. Like it seems like pretty, it be somewhat forgettable. Really, it's like it's all right. Yeah, it's like yeah, it's not really bad to me. It's just not great. Even though yeah, they got the shooting better, and it is the shooting is better, but it's not like it's not really a game changer. Yeah, it's a little disappointing. Um, from them. Like, I mean, it's sad because it's like I say it's a little disappointing, but it's like it's not a bad game. It's just that, man, I was expecting more, especially like a Microsoft property, and
Yeah.
like this is one of their guys, and especially after I guess the disappointment of Starfield, I was really like, man, Outer Worlds is another space age game where there's really no aliens. Yeah, it's like another
Mhm.
thing that's like space age, more human kind of thing, and it's not. I mean, and actually, like, what game is better? Like, I don't know. I almost like production value. I'll give Starfield the ups,
Yeah.
but actually talking to people and stuff, and some of the conversations, I do find Outer Worlds funny, but I don't know. Starfield is bigger. It's a huge game. Like I played a lot, but I haven't done a lot. Haven't done a lot of the main story really. I was doing a whole lot of side quests. Um,
Right.
yeah, it's so weird how like both of those games they are. It's like they're different and the same, and but they both are like as great as you expect them to be.
Mhm.
Um, I did play a little bit Marvel Warfare. I don't think there's really much say on that. I mean, yeah, I'm at a part where like I mean, it's different. Like you're playing as a kid. You play as, like somebody's past as they were a kid in the one of those Middle Eastern countries, and the Russians they came and invaded and stuff. So you're kind of like you're trying to get away from them, like you're hiding in the
Oh,
house,
wow.
like
Okay.
yeah, that's kind of cool. It was kind of cool.
Uh-huh.
Thing thing is that after I'd done that house part, I'm thinking it's like it's over. So okay, yeah, this is a cool segment.
Then you become
It's
the
like,
Russians and you shoot that kid.
no, but you are like because like and you
Really thought that
kill the
might be where
Russian.
that was
Like
gonna go.
yeah, you was a kid. Yeah, you're a kid. Like you're the sister, and then your brother helps you. Like and y'all both really young though. Like
Uh-huh.
I don't know what age you are, but yeah, but y'all I know you're really small compared to these adults. But yeah, your mother gets killed because as a bombing, like that's where you wake up on the rubble, and then your father
Jesus.
gets killed by that Russian, and then y'all kill the Russian as you were trying to like hide and stuff from him.
Uh,
And like it's a nice little sequence, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is cool. But then it still kept going. I was like, okay, I want to get back to where I'm being adult now with the gun. So like I was finished. I was like me. I got enough. I was like I don't want to do this whole stealth thing anymore. It's
yeah.
like come on. I was like I felt like that was enough. Me in that house was a good tension and everything. Get away from that guy. That it can end there with the flashback, and then you can just
Right.
go with that. But I mean, I'm still not even finished. Like that's where I stopped at. We leave the house, and now we're trying to get away. I hope it's not that much more, man. Because I'm like, good God, I said, come on, man. Like, I want to get to where I have a gun. I want to get to like a gun, and I'm of natural human
Well,
height.
don't you worry, Dominic. That kid's gonna get a gun at some point.
Well, no, you. I mean, you're playing as a character you already know. It's you know the woman.
Okay.
She's the woman that was in the first game. I mean, she might be in other ones too. I don't know. I feel like I've seen her in the other ones, but maybe I have no
Gotcha.
idea. But yeah, you're just playing her past. It's just a flashback.
Uh,
Um, so what else did I play? I played some more Returnal. Um, yeah, I got to the part where I think people even mentioned. I remember like early on, like I think maybe it might have been the trailer, like you saw like a regular house somewhere. So it was like, yeah, like so I got to that part. Um, like still not really understanding like why is this happening or what. I know. I mean, I think your character knows you were on a mission, but you don't know how you got here and why is this stuff is happening in this way. So like it's still learning, but like still fun. So fun playing through this. Yeah, the shooting is good. Like I'm getting like new weapons now. Fought some different enemies. Still haven't got everything because there's still some things I see like I can't unlock yet. But yeah, game's fun. Pragmata, I played a little bit more of that. I changed my costumes. I got the special edition and the the girl. We'll say I like the girl. Like it's like her. the dialogue and stuff. She's not annoying or nothing. Like it's
That's
almost like
good. Yeah.
she's like a kid, and but I mean, like she knows what she can do, but she's learning because she doesn't know like everything. Like she knows about
Mhm.
like how to do stuff with the computer, like the robots and stuff. But like anything like world, like about the world and stuff like that. Because when she saw like a globe, she's like, "What is this? What is like that stuff that she doesn't know?" And you kind of just tell her.
Why
But yeah,
would
the
you make a
combat.
robot that just doesn't know everything, Dominic?
I don't. Yeah, that's just. I mean, I
I
don't
mean, maybe
know.
they go into it in the game. I feel like they probably do, but like,
It's like you like. I
what
think
is
something
the
like
point of making a child robot?
and that's the thing. I'm thinking that maybe this is like somebody who, oh, my daughter died, or they don't have a daughter
Uh,
and they wanted a daughter or something like that. That's what I'm gonna think. That's what's gonna come out because it's like, yeah, there's no reason to make a kid robot. There's like really
yeah,
no. It doesn't make sense. Like why would
especially
you?
one
Yeah.
that doesn't know anything. Yeah, like I don't know. Just
Yeah, exactly.
the whole
Um,
point of robots is to be stronger and smarter than us, right?
yeah.
Like,
So yeah, the combat, like yeah, going through that, I like it. I like how the whole hacking system and the shooting. Though I'm not. First, I was understanding. I thought you just kept guns. I mean, you keep the pistol gun. It seems like the other guns they'll go away after
yeah,
you run out of ammo. And I was like, oh, so you don't just keep them. I thought I was like, oh, so you just have to collect them. You'll get them again eventually, I guess. Like, yeah, like I picked it up again after I killed the enemy, and then it's like, oh, it dropped it. Like at first, I was thinking like, oh, did I dread the gun because they hit me, or like I did I? Oh, so you don't keep them. It's different, but it's just a different type of combat system that haven't played, but it feels original. Like it feels something new that I do like. Oh, and Returnal. Yeah, I didn't even notice that they do have like almost like a I want to really call it. It's like somewhat of an active reload. Like when you're reloading, you can if you hit the trigger again in the middle, it will reload like quickly, like automatically. So now I don't know if I think it there are certain abilities that happen with certain guns, or like if you picked up a like make your gun stronger, that it doing an active their version of active reload, it does do something.
mm,
So yeah, I was like, okay, see, like Gears, like yeah, I was saying, like we were speaking some podcasts ago, like how Gears, there's only been a few. There hasn't been a lot of games that done that.
yeah. It wasn't nearly as
Yeah,
influential as we thought it was going to be at the time. We thought
yeah,
every game
like
was going to have active reload.
yeah, because it is a cool concept, and
Yeah,
a
it's
concept that I
engaging.
definitely yeah, and yeah, yeah, exactly. Nobody really adopted it as much as I thought. Play a little bit more trails. It's getting annoying with this stuff of like that. Like keep going back, like in time, like that just happens because it's at the story. It's like you know what's going to happen. You see somebody get killed. It's like, oh, well, I know I'm about to go back because like we're going to do another route, and it's
Yeah.
like now it's to the point. It's like this is annoying. You're doing it too much because it's not too. Because first of all, the whole concept of going back in time and stuff, like the way they doing it, showing paths, is supposed to like other games have done in a way that like have control over that. Like say, oh, like it's like I choose this path and I chose a white one, but then somebody else like plays it like, hey, yeah, I chose the wrong one. Now I have to go back. Something like that. Yeah, but you just making it's really just linear. You just made it that I would have to go this way, and then see something traumatic, well, supposedly traumatic happen. But we all know these type of games. Not a lot of big traumatic stuff really happens in these games. And so
Yeah.
and then you have a concept of, oh, you're just gonna be wind to a point where everybody's alive, so you choose the right thing. It's like oh, I'm going to this. Like I've been skipping some scenes. I'm like, I know I'm not gonna get a lot of story in this scene. Like it's not nothing new's gonna
Mhm.
come from this story like thing. It's gonna be a whole bunch of like talking about stuff that's not really that important. And yeah, I've been skipping. It's like, man, I see what people were pretty down on this one. And yeah, it it's not as good. Yeah. And this is the first yeah, I never felt like a Trails game like this one. Like it's not like I totally dislike it, but it does feel like, man, like they could have done a whole lot better with this, like, or like they could have took some concepts from this and put it in maybe in the next game. I don't know, but yeah, it's just not that good. And it's really dragging on now. Like it's like, yeah, now I want to just get it over with. Um, Also, I did try the Lego Batman. It came out this week. The new Lego Batman came out. I didn't play a lot of it, so I haven't become Batman yet. But it does have like a linear story, and like this, they have. I mean, if you've seen the trail, you saw the trailers for this. You see how like they have a lot of concepts from all different types of Batman, like from the movies, TV shows, maybe comics. They like just and what they do is not like you go to, oh, I'm going to like a different like a world where this is based off the anime series or a world that's based off the Christopher Nolan movies. No, what they did is just combine everything. Like they combine it to make it like its own story. So you just see elements like when you'll see Ra's al Ghul, and like it's kind of mixes and like cause with the Ra's al Ghul from like him from the original, I mean not the original, Nolan North's movie guy, and it even joke like with him being what's the actor who played him? Ra's al Ghul. What's his name? Liam Neeson. Yeah. So they like use Liam Neeson, and they even have it like him saying a quote from that movie. It was about like to have a specific like specific set of skills or something like that. Like like they had a lot in there like that. They even had like Talia Ghul like before. Like she seems more like Talia Ghul, like not from definitely not the Nolan North movie. I said Nolan North. Christopher Nolan movie, but more like I don't. Maybe you can say she's from the show. I don't, or just some of the comics. I'm not sure. But like, oh yeah, Joker. Like you have it. It's like the original Batman movie. The Tim Burton one. And he's combined with Falcone. Falcone, like he works with Falcone of the probably I want to say out. It's like they combined the Christopher Nolan's Falcone and maybe like the TV show, the anime series one together.
Okay.
So it's like the Penguin is like from the Batman. It feels like they combined the Penguin from the Batman and the recent Batman movie and
Right.
like just the regular like old Penguin, like just something like that. It's yeah, it's kind of cool how they did it. Like, so they make it like its own thing, but with elements of all the Batman series. Um, so like, I'm just at the part with like you played him as a kid, you got to the point where your parents got killed. They don't show, they don't show it being killed because this is a kids' game, so they just, they kind of like did a flash and you just hear the gunshots. Um,
Mm,
Also, you got the Black Jim Gordon, which is from the Batman.
right.
Um, and I'm basically Ra's al Ghul came to me to say like, hey, get that flower off top of the mountain, like in the Christopher Nolan Batman's and
Mm,
the Dark Knight, and I mean the Batman Begins, and so that's when I was climbing up, and then Talia al Ghul came because she wanted to do something to prove to her father that she can like the part
take
of
over the
the League
family
of
or whatever.
Shadows.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it's yeah, so that's the part I stopped at, and yeah, I mean yeah, it plays like the Lego game, like especially the modern Lego games, but like the dialogue and everything is pretty funny. Like I like the what was it, the villains one, the DC villains Lego game. I thought that was really funny. I had played some of the Star Wars one. It was all right. I just never really gone all the way through it. Um, but yeah, on the combat, I mean, like just said, this is early, so I don't know if things changes when I get in the Batman costume. Um, like it does mean the combat was like more intuitive in the Star Wars one, the
Mm,
last one that came out. Um, and like that's what being like from previous Lego games. So this kind of feels. like that. It might be better, but I just press either I guess square or X for the Xbox controller, square for the PlayStation. Like I didn't. It wasn't like Batman
Oh,
Arkham
it's
Knight
not?
kind of combat. It's something
Okay.
like that. You know, like I mean, you can
That's the
dodge,
impression that I got.
but you don't. I don't see a combo. It's not like a combo thing going up. You know, I mean, like you can
Gotcha.
dodge and stuff like that. It's not like old
Sure.
Lego games kind of combat. It's definitely better than that, but it's not like it's a whole like big like oh yeah, this is really like great like a really like action game or something like in that way. Like it's simple. It's still simple. And yeah, so I was kind of hoping it'd be something like that. Like you can, I mean, they can change something for kids. Like you know, they got accessibility options for that stuff. And plus, yeah, and with this, they got like difficulty, which is like the first time I really seen that in a Lego game. Like they have it where it's like simple, infinite lives, just like your traditional Lego game. Then the one I play is normal. You still got infinite lives, but there are tougher enemies that come up a lot more. And then there's one where you do have actual lives and everything to make it like a regular traditional game. So yeah, man, it's a so yeah, I've been playing more of that because I was really like this game. I was really like looking forward to. I because I did like because I did like I said I did like the DC Legos and I like how the economy stuff in that and like it seemed like this game they really put a lot forward like the Star Wars game did. So I was like, okay, yeah, and Batman since we never really got a true DC game from like a good DC game from WB, you know, like Suicide Squad didn't turn out that great. Gotham Knights, I think that like story wise, both those games are fine. It's the
Yeah.
gameplay that was really the problem with those. They were too repetitive. Um, like yeah, so yeah, I see how this is. I see there's some good reviews for this game. So yeah, I'll continue playing. So that's all I played. Did you play anything?
Yeah, I played a little bit of Forza, but it was mostly just kind of trying to dial in my settings to get it running nice and smooth. Um, and then I've been playing a game with my daughter. Mom hid my game, and it's a game that came out many years ago. I think it's a relatively small indie thing, and I remember seeing it and thinking like, oh, this is kind of clever. And I think it was like $1 or something on the Switch at one point, so I picked it up, and I never really played it. But like now that she's getting into it, I realize like it's pretty clever. It's a pretty clever puzzle game. Like each level is like one or two screens, and it's giving you your objective is always to find your DS equivalent, basically, without triggering your mom to come and say, "Hey, don't play that game." Um, and there, some of them are kind of adventure gamey, where it's like this isn't the most sensical of things. But a lot of them, like if you just kind of play around in the environments, and it's usually not like a lot of stuff to do. It's very minimalistic. Looks almost like a very simple flash game. And a lot of times it's okay, you go over to the other screen, it's got like a button or a tool or something, and then you take it back to the original screen and you utilize that to make your way to reaching the game. And I think we're like 35 levels in now. Like I don't know that I expected it to be nearly as big as it is. Um, but yeah, it's a neat little thing to check out.
All right, so I guess we'll take a quick break. We'll get to the flashback segment.
All right.
And we're back. And we're gonna finish the flashback segment for the rest of the month because most likely I probably won't do another podcast the rest of the month because I'll be moving. So so now we're gonna flash back to 10 years ago, 2016. And how many games we got for that? Okay, we got a few. So I'll save the big one for last. This is some. Well, actually, no, that is the only one for 10 years ago. I went too far. So we got one big game for actually May 24th that came out. Overwatch is 10 years old, which is crazy, man. I think like almost felt like it's been there. It's been to me. It feels older. Like it's just how a shake is. We're on Overwatch 2. And well, two ish. Like it's really just really just Overwatch really. Um, but yeah, man, this is huge. Like I mean, this was like it's where like goes like culturally huge because like a lot of people were into the characters and things of that
Oh
nature.
yeah, they were.
And I mean I mean, it was fun. It was a fun multiplayer game. And yeah, and then they have the nice freaking cinematic like trailers for
Mhm.
like certain the characters and things like that came out like to well that you I just thought like it seemed like nice stories to it and like and everything and those trailers were good like a little like snippet of a show like hey man these heroes and things of that nature but I wish it was a goddamn single player game that came along with this but they did not do that even though it looked like at one point they were but they decided not to but yeah this was a popular game that even had a freaking league at one point
Yeah.
um
Jeez.
that
Yeah. It was a
yeah
different
so
time down there.
yeah and I mean and this is when the what's it called the game that I liked it came out earlier
Oh,
um
dang it.
Battleborn yeah
Yeah.
so like it pretty much helped kill off Battleborn. I mean Battleborn came earlier but like you said the beta for this one kind of came the same time when that game came out so it was like
Uh-huh.
oh I'll just wait a few more weeks for
Yeah.
just to play this one and this is like the better game. Even though I mean they're a little different, but it's basically the same. They're still character driven shooters. Um,
Yeah, but we know
and
objectively this was the better game.
oh yeah, exactly. That it well yeah, it ran great. I mean the I think yeah I eventually got it on PC. And that's
Mhm.
when I got the keyboard controller thing because I wasn't that good
Yeah.
with mouse and keyboard. And yeah, it was all right. Like that thing, it worked. It worked pretty good. I played quite a bit of the game, and yeah, I liked it. And it's gotten so many modes since then, and now it's well, Overwatch 2. It's free to play now. It's something you have to buy a game.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, this is with the loot box stuff, which then I this is when I really was really get into the loot box thing. I mean, technically, Plants vs Zombies is when I
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
was seeing it, but like I didn't really care as much in Plants vs Zombies for that. Like I care, but it wasn't. I didn't really pay much attention till this one because was like, oh yeah, I like these costumes a whole lot better with these characters. It's like, oh yeah, I want this, but then I realized like, oh man, I don't know, I can't just buy it. Like, there's no way
Yeah,
to
you
just
can't
buy
just
it.
go into the store and yeah.
Yeah, because I thought it was like, hey, it was a store where I could just get this outfit for this guy. I say, nope, you can buy the loot box though and hope you get it. And I was like, oh my goodness, no. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. So yeah, that sucked. Um, and yeah, and then that's why I really just hated that shit in games. But yeah, man, and a lot came from this. This is like Blizzard's another big hit from Blizzard. But it's just so funny to think how much goodwill and stuff this got until like as the years go by until like close to two, like it start really switching like on like Blizzard. And I mean all of Blizzard really like
Yeah.
people were complaining about a lot of things with Blizzard, man. And yeah, Blizzard is definitely not that company anymore. That I mean, it just yeah, that people really looked at. They don't look at it the same. Like people are really hating on Overwatch 2. Even Diablo has this problem. Like people, I mean, like Diablo itself is a good game, but the whole monetization, stuff, people are really just hate that. And like, yeah, man. And this is, and you can't even blame Microsoft on that stuff. I mean, you can continue to blame them because they continue it, but this was happened before. Like this is
there's
happened
definitely
before.
like changes in
Yeah,
leadership. There was all that scandal
yeah,
stuff, and
yeah. So this is something that was they were doing like before Microsoft got it. I mean, it was Activision. I mean, and then Activision Blizzard. I mean, so
exactly.
and but the thing is that initially when the partnership happened, like it was very separate. It was like, oh yeah, Activision, like Blizzard still do their own thing, and it seemed like it
Yep.
was good. Like Activision did their thing, but then shit stopped
And
building.
then Bobby Kotick started worming his way in, Dominic.
Yeah, you saw Call of Duty in the damn Blizzard launcher, man. So it was
Yep.
like, yeah, so
BattleNet.
yeah, oh yeah, that's right, yeah, BattleNet, yeah. So it was changing, but yeah, I remember the early days of Overwatch, man. Really liked it.
I'm
Hey man,
trying to think. That might be the last like big game that you and me spent, a decent amount of time, multiplayer in.
yeah, it definitely was. It definitely was. Yeah, I remember the one guy complaining. I think he complained about you, like they saying you didn't need. He's like your Mercer or something. Like I don't know about healing. I forget. Like I think he complained
I
about
don't
you
remember.
not healing,
Wasn't healing enough.
them or something. Yeah, and it was like I forget. It was like
Mercy.
yeah, it was something. To me, it was dumb, but it was like because I think
We'll need to heal you if you
they
weren't
were
dying so
talking.
much.
I think they typed it, in the chat like thing.
I need Blizzard to pull those chat logs for me so I can find this person.
I'll be trying to figure out how you used to mute those damn things because I was like, I'm not. So I don't even care because like I'm not playing on a pro
I don't need
mode.
to see GG.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not playing on a pro mode or anything, so I don't care about like, hey, we need to talk to coordinate. Like, whatever, man. What the fuck? Shit. Like, yeah. So that's it for 2016 of May, and now we're going to 2006, 20 years ago, and we got Rockstar's. This is Rockstar's first game, right? Yeah, on the
on that
generation, like that generation when the first game of the new generation at that time on the 360. Rockstar Games presents table tennis. Yeah, we were getting ready for
and it looked mind blowing.
Set up Grand Theft Auto for us, and it was like, yeah, this can hold us over. Table tennis. Yeah, I never played this. I never played this game. Nope.
Man,
because it wasn't Grand Theft Auto, Daniel.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but it was a Rockstar game, and it was, it was still relatively early on into the 360, right? So it was still kind of like, what games do we got going on? And I mean, yeah, it was a technical showcase, like up there with like what is Fight Night? Not Fight Night.
Yeah.
Ready? Is it Fight Night?
No, it's Fight Night.
Yeah. Up there with that, like the people that you played as look so realistic. And the table tennis of it all was fine. They gave you different buttons to put spin and lob, and basically,
I mean, I'm not into table tennis
game.
That's why I never cared. Yeah, I saw the look of it. I saw it, and I was like, yeah, it does look good, but it's table tennis.
And yeah, it was perfectly fine for what it was. Maybe a little overpriced for what it was, because I think it was. Can't remember if it was full price or like 40 or something like that.
Should have been beer pong.
Don't tempt them. Don't tempt them down. That'll be what we get this gen right before Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. They'll just be like, here you go.
At that age, in 2006. What was I like? I was even 21 yet, wasn't it? No, I don't think so. I don't feel like doing that.
So drinking would have still been cool to you.
Yeah, exactly. I would love. Yeah, they should have did like a beer pong thing or something like that. Shit.
Yeah. But that's what a lot of people said is basically like this was their way of like kind of familiarizing themselves with the hardware and whatnot. But yeah, it was it was a weird moment in time where you got this developer who is coming off a Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, one of the biggest games ever after doing Vice City and 3 blowing up, and then they're just making a table tennis game. Why? It was just very odd, but it was a interesting little side quest for them, I guess.
Oh, actually, I was. I did. I just turned 21. Well, technically, I didn't turn 21 when the game came out, but my birthday, 31st, I was turning 21.
Right.
Okay. But yeah, I remember this. Yeah, I said like, oh, Rockstar, this game. Say okay, they got this crappy game, and then we're gonna get the good one. It's gonna come out later. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 4. But yeah, I saw that like they got decent reviews and everything. I mean, yeah, I got 81 on Metacritic. The Wii,
Yeah.
I didn't know it came on the Wii.
I didn't know it came on the Wii, really?
Yeah, it came on the Wii like
Okay.
October of the next year, 2007. Good God. But yeah, that didn't get a good. I mean, they got 68 on.
Yeah, that's because we had Wii Tennis, Dominic. We didn't need that.
Exactly. Yeah. I guess they're trying to get a little bit more.
The pack-in game for that system made every sports game that was included in that pack-in irrelevant because they were all handled so well.
Yeah, they were. It was. What else we got here? Where am I at? So Hitman Blood Money came out. Also, darn, it came out 2006. Oh, God. Okay, this is. I think I get that mixed up with the one that came on. PS2. Oh, it did. Oh no, this did come on PS2 also. Or let me see. It was released in 2006. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. This was like a cross-gen one. Yeah.
Yeah. We're still at that time. Yeah, because the PS3 has not come out yet. So Hitman, Blood Money, yeah, I've heard like Contracts is what I really hear about though. Like people really had like that one. This was a sequel. Well, this came out, the sequel to Contracts. I never really played I never played like a full Hitman game. Like I always played some of it and then I just stopped. And it's not because I just didn't dislike it. It's just never a time I could find to really play the game. Like it always came at a time when I had other games to play, and then and I mean, and then I always looked at it like as a stealth really type of game, and I was like, I'm not a stealth guy. So I'm a guy who likes to just go around shooting, and so it's not my thing.
Yeah, it's definitely not your thing. Yeah, and then that's I think where I butted up against it was. It's not one of these games where like you have the option to be stealthy. It's like, no, either you're going to be stealthy or you're pretty much going to die.
But wait a minute, but you liked... Oh yeah, well yeah, that too. Like, but I know you didn't have that. Isn't that
Splinter Cell?
Yeah, Splinter Cell. But you chose to be stealthy in that, so I don't see why you didn't like it in this one. What? Oh, because you couldn't
because I couldn't shoot out lights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think Splinter Cell was more. Maybe it was because it was more gun focused as far as like because I would sneak up on him and kind of grab him from the hair. I think it was just more engaging because you were like, what's that? Yeah, I didn't like bald people back then, and as a result, God smited me, and now bald. That's what happens. That's what MJF has to look forward to in the future. He's talked so much trash about bald people, and now he's gonna get bald. I think the gameplay of Splinter Cell was just more engaging. Blood Money, Blood Money, because Blood Money is I always like tried to give Hitman a chance. Like I remember like Hitman 2 on a PC trying to play that, and it just kind of felt stiff. And then when this came out, because I was like, ooh, something for my 360. There's a demo out. I'm gonna give this a try, and it was a little more lenient and had some more like I don't know, comic relief almost, I guess. It had a lighter tone, I guess I should say, because I think there's a part in this game where you play as like either a birthday clown or you dress up in a chicken suit or something like that to go to a kid's party and kill their parents
Yeah,
or something, probably.
I remember seeing
Um,
that.
and I remember like trying to give it another chance, and it just still just never really gelled with me. I think, yeah, Splinter Cell, like you feel a little more active, like you're climbing up walls and crawling across ceilings and stuff like that. Where this is just like, I'm a dude on the ground. I can't even jump. I just have to like duck down occasionally or pop up. And yeah, I think that's my disconnect there.
It's so funny how like in games like we have to jump, like and even as realistic people we portray, and we still want to jump, but like you look at real life, like people are just jumping around. Like I just want to see somebody just jumping around, like shooting, like
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, I want to be able to jump over a fence if I need to, and like
oh
half
yeah,
these
well
games
yeah,
don't
yeah,
even let
that
you do
yeah.
that, you know.
What?
Or
They
like,
don't.
oh,
Oh,
I
damn.
can't go up the stairs. Like, obviously, I don't necessarily want to jump up the stairs, but I want the verticality of being able to, step up on a sidewalk, basically.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, oh, it has like that, like things you would think you can just get up on that you can't.
Yeah, I
Just
mean, just
move up.
generally as far as like those type of video games go, as far as ones that don't
Oh
have
yeah.
jump buttons, right?
Oh
Like you
yeah.
you
Yeah.
have your ones where you can, whatever they call it, damn, like clamber or whatever. But then you have ones that literally it's just like I have to go around to a ramp to get up to this second
Yeah,
level.
yeah. I hate that.
Like
Yeah.
it's not even above my knee. What are we talking about here?
Well, I definitely hate the ones with like it's like a lock somewhere, but it's like a thin door. Like it's like you could probably just get there. So you have a gun, shoot the damn
Yeah.
thing off. Or you have like you have some type of like weapon or something like you could just bash through this wooden door, man. Like you don't need to freaking go look for a key. All right. All right. So that's it for 2006. So now we're skipping 1996. There's nothing came out, but we go to 1986. We're going 40 years ago. Dragon
Yeah.
Warrior was released. Oh
Oh
well, actually,
man.
I think it was called Dragon Quest though in Japan. I think it was only called Dragon Warrior over here. But yeah, Dragon Quest was released 40 years ago. Yeah, they come out this 40th anniversary. I was
Crazy.
looking up. Man, I was looking to see like anything. I think they might be doing something special. I ain't feel like clicking on the article. But I was just hoping they showed me the little thumbnail that enough to tell me, but they didn't. I was like, whatever. Um, but yes, my brother had this game. I remember he had Dragon Warrior. That's what I remember.
Mm.
I got getting confused because when Final Fantasy came out, I was like, oh, maybe that was the game he had, Final Fantasy. But no, it was Dragon Warrior was the one he had because I think that was like advertised. I kind of remember the commercial. Um, and he got that. He didn't get. I don't know when it came in the U.S. Like what year it came out. I don't know if he. I'm not. I'm not gonna say he got it when it first came out because I remember it. So it had to be an age where I was either 3 or 4 because I don't think I
Mm.
remember anything for those ages. Like but yeah, it's the RPG. Yeah, I remember like playing it and like not understanding anything of that game. like I just do like, oh, this game is for older people because it's a lot of words. It's like words and stuff to read and
Uh-huh.
yeah, and I couldn't just move the characters like I want to. Like they're getting a fight, I didn't know what to do. Um, but yeah, man, this is like the most popular RPG over in Japan. Um, and I learned that when Final Fantasy VII came because I
Yeah.
was seeing like how popular it was. But people say, "Nah, Dragon Quest is the
They're
big thing."
like they
Like,
take
man,
holidays over there. Like they shut the they shut the entire country down
yeah,
because nobody's
for a
gonna go
video
to
game,
work.
yeah, yeah. That was interesting. I was like, wow, man. I was like, we had nothing like that over here.
No.
Like you just don't go to work. You don't need to take it. Like don't need to do a holiday. Like you, just make an excuse. But but yeah, and it was just being there. I mean, of course, it's simple JRPG, but it seemed like even the later ones, I was like, God, like compared to like the Final Fantasy, it was like, man, this doesn't look that complicated. Like as far as like story, it seemed like basic, stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but then when I got older and started playing them, like the early ones, yes, but then like when it gets to I think 4, 5, and 6 of Dragon Quest, that's when it like the stories they actually become really good. Like I really like them. Um, and like Final Fantasy initially kind of start like what Dragon Quest did, but then they got like the writing got went a different way, like a little more like mature and like not the simple whole princess stuff, whatever. Or like evil, like it's oh yeah, it's evil god, but it's like they kind of at least give it more complexity to the villain. It's not just simple like bad guy as like thing. So, but yeah, uh, I never I never played this like again, like because I always figure like I might maybe the remake is they did something with the remake to make it better, like more appealing to play. I don't know, um, but yeah, because it's like those really old JRPGs are like I'd rather play something maybe closer to Super Nintendo than the Nintendo because it's like it's I don't know if it's going to really appeal to me like those type of games. But I look at the box art right now, like yeah, that I definitely remember seeing this on my like in my brother's shelf, like this
Mm.
game. This definitely was a game. It looked nothing like that. This game looked nothing like that box art. I don't even like like um but yeah, man. This is huge. This is like one of the biggest games in Japan, like one of the most popular games. That's other than like a Nintendo game, like Nintendo franchise game. Uh, yeah, it's really kind of start like how JRPGs are. Like
Yeah.
they were the king. Um, so yeah, so that is it for flashback segment. So we're gonna take a quick break. We'll get to the gaming news,
All right.
and we're back. So let's get to the gaming news. What we got, man?
All right, Dominic. First up, Marvel Cosmic Invasion is getting some DLC, or at this point, has gotten some DLC, adding the Thing and Cyclops as characters for $4. That's cool. I mean, they both look really neat. Cyclops, like his super special or whatever, looks awesome. His beam shooting around him. Um,
Yeah,
but if I'm looking for DLC for this game, I'm looking for more levels. Honestly, like
yeah,
if this
yeah.
was a
That's
free
the thing.
update, I'd be like, hell yeah. But $4, I don't know if I'm going to invest that in that just
Oh,
for characters.
yeah. I will wait till other DLC and I'll probably buy them together or something like a
Hmm.
sale, baby. Like, yeah. I would have to. Yeah, like two characters. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, I get it, but I mean, I'm greedy. I want 4 characters.
With the way they have that game set up too, where they kind of have specific characters for specific levels, it feels like if you're adding characters, then you would also add levels. But maybe they're testing the waters to see if it's worth continually supporting the game, or just we're just releasing these to keep interest until they release those levels.
Yeah,
We'll see.
because I don't. Yeah, because the Turtles. I know they got characters and they got also stages and stuff.
Mm,
I just don't know how. I don't know when, and I just don't remember how they did it.
yeah, me neither.
Like I know they got the rabbit character that came.
Mm,
He came with somebody. I don't know if he come with the like. Was there a stage with him, or was it just a character with him and another character? I forget.
yeah. Was April O'Neil after the fact, or Casey
See,
Jones?
and that's what I'm saying. Like, what one of them was after the fact,
Yeah,
right?
I
I
think
just can't
so.
remember.
Yeah.
Was it April or Casey? And then eventually the girl lizard.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. They never did bring out Mona Lisa, did they? Or did they?
Her name wasn't Mona Lisa, the lizard, the girl lizard. I don't know what her name
No,
was.
that was the female turtle from the
Yeah,
television show.
yeah, I know. Yeah, that the ugly ones. They were
Yes,
ugly though.
Dominic, the
Scary.
ugly ones.
They were scary looking. But yeah, I mean, I watched the show, yeah, but I think if I was a little younger, I'd be like, oh my god.
Oh, maybe they did turn Mona Lisa into a lizard person. Or maybe her name wasn't Mona Lisa in the maybe it was a different name.
Yeah, yeah.
Venus. It was Venus.
Okay, so yeah, Mona Lisa is a lizard. Yeah,
Yeah, Mona Lisa's the lizard. Yeah, and she definitely came after the fact.
look at that sexy lizard.
Definitely better than Venus here. Oh, and I got a picture with
Oh,
her teeth out. Oh, that's disturbing. Need to see those teeth.
look
All
at her
right, Dominic.
look at her hugging on Raphael, man, from the 1987 cartoon. Yeah, look at her human version, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, she was
it's a
cute.
child. It's a child.
I was a child.
Hey, you're not wrong. All right. Next up, Dominic, we got Nintendo. They announced a new game. It's called Pictonico, and it's coming to your cell phone on May 28th, just a few days from now. Effectively, it takes your photos and turns them into WarioWare-esque mini games. It's going to be free to give it a try with a couple of the mini games, and then they're going to have a volume 1 for $6 and then a volume 2 of mini games for $8. I could see this being a fun little time waster type thing, but at the end of the day, for me at least, it's a phone game, so I might try this demo out, show my daughter, and then just kind of be done with it. What do you think? No interest, right?
Yeah, none. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, goddamn, you got a handheld. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Put something
Yeah,
up
but
there.
that handheld doesn't have a camera on it, does it, Dominic?
Oh,
Not
yeah,
unless you buy it.
I guess that's. You got the Pokemon pictures from the Pokemon Snap game, the new one and old.
There you go. All right, Dominic, you were bringing this to my attention. I've been hearing people talk about it, but the Xbox Player's Voice website, it effectively is a place for Xbox to gather the opinions of fans. And it's almost kind of like a change.org situation where, you're trying to get the most upvotes so that Xbox addresses it directly, I guess. And currently, the top couple of things are like, oh, we want exclusives back. And we want the Game Pass family plan to return, which we got some.
That would make sense.
Yeah. And that one, yeah. I mean, for us, it makes sense. The other one just, it doesn't matter if it makes sense business wise, for them to video game players. Like, who cares? I mean, I don't own stock in Microsoft. I don't care if their console is selling, especially because, like, if I own stock in Microsoft, I'm going to tell them stop making consoles, stop wasting your money, just release it on the PlayStation.
Yeah, stop wasting your money on these the games and shit. Yeah.
Let somebody. You can just be a publisher now. Just release your games on the hardware.
On Word, on the Office.
Yeah. Put more Copilot into Office.
Yeah. But yeah, like it's yeah, exactly. Like people say because they say, hey, like when people say like you're not like what's the point of you getting your console if you're not going to do exclusive? It's like yeah, but that's their problem. I mean that's their problem.
Right.
You don't have to worry about that. Listen. All you want is games. So once you see the games you want and see where they are, and then like choose. Like if you already got something, hey, if you got a PlayStation and it's still coming on PlayStation, okay. Well, why you? It don't matter. Like that doesn't matter. Obviously, look. They want them to still sell on PlayStation 2 because they put them up there.
Yeah.
They still want them to sell. So, like, that's not your problem. Like, I don't care. Like, that makes us like people can say, like, what's the point of what? I have no idea. You ask them, and if they'll give you the answer, they give you probably some bullshit answer. But does it really matter? Like it doesn't matter for you.
I
Like,
think, you know
yeah,
what? It's also inherently funny to me that this comment is exclusives. Xbox was built off great game exclusives. You cannot sell any console without a reason to buy the console compared to your competition, or even sending your tentpole games over to your competitor. Please bring them back. I would argue that Xbox was sold more on online
yeah.
and
Eventually,
the features of the console and ecosystem than it was exclusives. I mean, yes, you had Gears of War, you had Halo, but were there really that many more exclusives? I mean, I was playing Call of Duty. Like, that's what it was about for me. And that was the
yeah.
best place to play it because they had the best online.
Yeah. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't matter to me. Yeah, that wouldn't matter to me.
What they
Like,
need to
honestly,
figure out is how they can
I want them to make
innovate
it just. I
again.
just want them to make better games. That's the thing. Like we just like
Yeah.
just better games. Like you can say bring exclusives back, but the exclusives suck. What was that better?
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, absolutely that. I mean, yeah. Or maybe Perfect Dark was going to be exclusive, Dominic.
Yeah, but it
Yeah, I
probably would have
just
sucked.
the thinking
I have
for
no idea.
these
I have no
people.
idea. But I'm just saying that, I'm just saying that the games that have come out
Mm,
so far after they have the exclusives, like what has been a great game? I mean, except for Forza,
yeah.
um, and like their games, not exclusive, but their properties. Like they've been okay. They've been either okay, like at most. They
Yeah.
haven't been something like super great.
I think I'm going to post a comment on here, Dominic. My feedback is going to be ignore all these people telling you to release exclusive games. And then I'm gonna use our very large fan base here at the Super Ultra Podcast Arcade, guys. And go to the Xbox Voice, the Player's Voice website, and upvote my comment that says ignore these people with their exclusive nonsense because it just does not make business sense for you to release a game on a console that nobody is buying because at this point it is way too overpriced.
Yeah. This console. Yeah, now
Where
I guess you can
where are
talk
the
about
comments going? Lower the price of your damn console.
that's what it should. That's what I'm saying. Like
Let's see.
I don't care,
Search
but I
price.
don't like it. Doesn't even make
Okay,
sense
there's
for me to
somebody. I'm
witness
gonna
this.
upvote that one. He's only got 3 upvotes. He's got 4 now. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
these guys have like 2 and 3 upvotes. Meanwhile, this guy's got 15,947 for his stupid exclusives. Like, get out of here. You know what's gonna sell your hardware? Having
say yeah.
good games at a relatively good price.
Like I don't care about them having exclusive if they hardware costs that much because there's like, well then no.
I mean, that's crazy to me. What you need to if they want to be in the business of selling a console, they need a console that is just as powerful as the competitors, which they do right now, at a lower cost and good games. That would be exclusive, yes, if they're trying to sell their hardware, which again, like why? From a business standpoint.
Yeah,
If I don't have to put the R&D cost into creating a new console, I can just release these games on PC and PlayStation. Absolutely. That makes 100% sense in the world. Me as a gamer, I would like to see competition, so I want them to survive. But when it comes down to it, do I really care if I'm playing on their console or somebody else's? No.
mm.
I want these games on the Switch too, Dominic. That's where I want them. That's my biggest problem. Where's the? I gotta search for the comments for
I wish.
Switch 2 and upload those.
Well, I wish they have like their cloud app could be on the Switch or something where I could just
At the
play.
very least, yeah, that would be
Yeah.
yeah. Exactly. You know, let me get some of that action on the Switch. All right, Dominic. Next up, speaking of Xbox, there were some controller leaks out of one of the like regulatory bodies. You know, they send them for radio testing and get FCC approval or whatever.
Don't fire that
There's
person
an
who's
elite.
working there.
There's an Elite Series 3 controller, which effectively looks like, you know, the Series 2 and the Series 1. That's your fancy $250 or whatever controller. I just don't know in what world I would buy one of those, and not just because of the price. I mean, obviously the price is very prohibitive. But I am getting to the age where I'm like, oh, if this is something like, I haven't done it, but I can make the argument to myself of like, oh, I would save up my money and spend more on a mattress now than I would have when I was younger, because I sleep on that thing every night for, 4 hours to 7 hours or whatever, and if it's going to make my back feel better, then it's a worthy investment. Or, a computer chair, like I'm going to be in this all day, or a keyboard, like, I'm going to be using this all the time. But from what I've seen, like Xbox has never been able to actually provide a quality product in these Elite Series controllers. Like, I have no problem with the build quality of their standard controllers. In fact, for the longest time, it was my preferred controller. I think honestly it kind of still is, because I like the offset thumbsticks of it all.
Yeah.
Obviously I find the PlayStation's, trigger stuff interesting, but not really that many games utilize it. So it's not something I necessarily feel like I'm missing out on a lot of times. Similar to the vibration triggers on the Xbox. It's one of those things that if I lost it tomorrow and I never really thought about it again, I wouldn't really
Yeah,
miss
the only
it.
time I remember is like if a game does actually use it, I'll be like, "Oh shit, yeah, I forgot it does that."
Yeah, exactly. But I just like the hand feel of the Xbox controller better. It's just I'm sitting here with one right now, just kind of, rolling my hand around it. There are no harsh edges on it, where I feel like on the PlayStation controller, because of where they have like the seams and stuff, there's just spots on it where your hand like doesn't feel nice and comfy. So like I don't understand how they've come up with, basically, in my opinion, the ultimate controller. It basically since the Xbox 360 on. I mean, the Xbox One was an improvement of that, and the Series controller just basically just added a button to what was already there.
Yeah.
Some people feel kind of weird about the D-pad, and I don't know. I think I like it for games, especially where you might find yourself needing to do like a roll, like a fighting game or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I don't understand how they've nailed it so perfectly, and then you come along and you try and sell a $250 controller, and instead of doing things like investing that money in, analog sticks that aren't going to fail in a year, you're putting it into like rubberizing places on the controller that just seemingly falls
I never.
off.
Yeah, yeah. That. Yeah. Yeah, with the Xbox controller, that's like that's not a problem. It's like I never really had a problem with
We
something
need
like
to go
I
back
need
to
more roughness. Yeah.
the third party craziness of like Mad Catz controllers, and like put a fan in there. Cool my hands off while I'm
Yeah,
while I'm
yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
intense gaming scenarios or something like that.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
exactly. Like I want something to make it like the sticks. Yeah, the sticks like they don't drift or anything. Like I need
yeah.
What was the controller? That was a Steam one. It says it's magnetic. I mean, I'm curious to
Yeah,
see how
they
how
have
that
like
is.
the
Yeah.
evolution of the Hall effects sensors. I can't remember. They're like T something T some. Yeah, I can't remember. But they're effectively like the evolution of the Hall effects, which are supposed to be the ones that are almost basically, indestructible because instead of a physical contact being made and eventually being worn down or getting dirty, they're using a magnetic field to measure the movement across the stick. Yeah, I mean, here's my thing. We've talked about this a little bit before, but we're in a day and age of like rapid prototyping. If I'm spending $250 for a controller, what I would like to do is be able to like you send me one of those like kits where you mix together the stuff and then you put your hands in it like a silicone mold, and then they take that hand impression and then make a controller that perfectly fits my hand.
Yeah.
Like that's what I would like to see. Like you could spit that out on a industrial 3D printer in like 2 minutes. Yeah, that's I don't know, Dominic. Maybe I need to like clip this out of the podcast and do that myself. Like and just be like, what are those controllers that the scuff controllers that people used to custom make for like Call of Duty with the extra buttons and stuff?
Oh
Maybe I can
yeah.
start a niche service like that and work my way into becoming a billionaire. All right. But yeah, in addition to this elite controller, there's also what people are calling an Xbox Cloud gaming controller. It seems a lot more compact. It's flatter. It still looks like it has a little bit of heft on the back where you hold it just to make it a little
What
more
is it, like to
ergonomic.
attach to the phone?
I think it would probably be like the Amazon Luna controller or the Google Stadia controller where it would be like okay basically anything then becomes an Xbox
Oh,
as the
like
screen,
or like your
like if I wanted
TV
to hook it
too.
up to my TV or yeah, I mean you
Okay.
could still
Yeah.
use
Yeah.
it on your phone obviously too, but I think the intention would be people who are more serious about video
Or
games
maybe they have it like
in
on
their
their
home.
laptops or iPads or
Yeah,
something. Or yeah. Okay.
exactly. Something that travels a little bit easier because it's a little bit flatter. Um, but it's not something that I feel like I need. I mean, I've definitely thought about like you've gotten the controllers for your phone and stuff before, and I've thought about that. I just don't find myself traveling that often, so I haven't brought myself to spend any kind of money on that because I've even thought like, oh, I'll take it and keep it in my desk at work or something, and then on lunch I'll, whip that thing out. But every time I've tried to do that, like even when I was bringing my Vita in or something like that, I do it for a couple of days and then I just kind of fall away from it. You know, especially I've got a 30-minute lunch, so by the time you either heat up your food and eat it or run someplace and get something real quick, like that thing's over anyway. So it's not really worth trying to introduce 5 minutes of gaming to it unless I'm doing Pictonito or whatever the Nintendo thing, and then I'll just play little mini games with pictures of myself.
Man,
All
it's gonna
right,
be a lot of
Dominic.
people playing with their dick pics in that game, man. I know
Oh
that.
Jesus Christ! Oh man, Nintendo did not know what they were unleashing, or they very much did. All right. Next up, Dominic, I've kind of got these segmented into console makers, I guess, because now we're transitioning into our PlayStation block. PlayStation Plus is increasing their pricing. As of May, as of this month, they are going to raise the prices for 1 month subscriptions from $17.99 to $19.99 for premium, 15 to 17 for extra, and 10 to 11 for essential. for 1 month, and then for 3 months they're going to go from 50 to 55 for premium, 40 to 44 on extra, and 25 to 28 on essential. Now, it is worth noting that they are not increasing the price for 12-month subscriptions currently.
Huh.
So that's kind of nice for someone who's already locked himself into, one of those premium prices. But I mean, that's the obvious play here, right? Is they're trying to push everybody into one of
A year.
those, because
Yeah.
now it's like, oh, well, it's only a couple of dollars more if I just lock myself into the year. But at the end of the day, it is still more. So Sony's like, yes, please give me all the money. This felt inevitable. I mean, especially
Oh
from the
yeah.
Game
Definitely.
Pass, cost increases. I'm actually a little surprised, and they're probably a little lucky that they didn't do this before the price decreased again, because they could have very much found themselves in a weird spot where they had raised their prices kind of to match, what Game Pass did initially, and then found themselves having to also roll back theirs if Microsoft did the same.
Yeah. Yeah. We knew it was going to come. We just didn't know when, exactly when. But so yeah, I'm actually surprised that the 12-month didn't go up. But yeah, but maybe that, like you said, that's just a way to incentivize it. Right now, really, to just go
Yeah.
for the whole year. Uh, yeah, I mean, it's not much to say. I mean, yeah, I don't like it, but
It is
yeah,
the
it's going to
reality
happen.
that we're living in, because once again, market changes or whatever was their excuse. And I
Yeah,
love all the comments that are like, okay, well, when the market changes, in a different way, or the price is going to go down, absolutely not.
yeah. No, nobody really does that. I mean, like
Nope.
that doesn't happen. Like it's like, hey, everything's like to say things are seems pretty good now. We're going to just bring the price down. I don't know. Yeah,
It's because it never gets better, Dominic.
like it's like this ain't like milk or something like that or eggs and stuff like this. They
Yeah.
don't fluctuate. This ain't oil where it fluctuates too. Like you stay up. Like you keep it at the price you are, or you go up, or
Until
you go
people
away, or
stop
you
buying
go
your
away.
product.
Yeah, and then you just
Exactly.
go away. You don't
Typically.
change something. Yeah,
Yep. Somebody else comes in for,
yeah.
for a
You either
different
go
price.
or you sell, and that's or you either file bankruptcy or you sell. You sell to somebody else.
Yep.
Uh,
All right.
all right. What do we got here?
Next up, Dominic, it has now been officially confirmed. It seems like from reporting
Oh, Jason
that
Schreier was right.
Herman Holst had an internal meeting with PlayStation developers, basically confirming that they will be making their single player games exclusive to the console, no longer bringing them to the PC.
No, I'm gonna
Um,
say Jason Schreier caused them to do it. He
oh
made
yeah,
he
exactly.
he made up the
He
news.
came up with the idea, and then they were like, you know what? That's a great idea. We're definitely gonna do that. Absolutely. Um, yeah, it's just one of those things. We had been talking about it for a while now, but now it's confirmed effectively. And this isn't something I feel like they're gonna come out and say outright, but I wouldn't be surprised if, like, going forward on their trailers or whatever, they're going to be like exclusively on the PlayStation, like
Yeah,
a little bit
yeah,
bigger. They're
like
going to
how
point out
movies
that
do.
this is
Like
the
it's like not
place.
on streaming,
Exactly.
exclusive in
Yeah,
theaters.
exactly. So I would not be at all surprised if that's kind of where we see this going here.
Yeah, it sucks
So
because they
with
say
that,
that people saying that it like the sales on the PC weren't they weren't like all that great or something. But it's like, man, they sold these games like like years later.
years later.
on,
Yeah, it wasn't even
on the
like 1
PC.
year in most cases. Yeah, so they had to have been treated as kind of bonus sales instead of, outright sales, I guess. What I was telling you the other night when we were talking about this is like, obviously, you have to do that cost analysis. Is it worth it? There is some level of like, well, the PlayStation architecture is effectively a PC now. So it shouldn't be as hard to
And
create a PC
this
version
is all
of
digital
these
too. It's
games.
not. It's all digital.
Right.
There's
So you're
no
not
disc.
physically shipping
Yeah,
something around the world.
yeah.
Um so what do your development costs look like versus your distribution costs? And then yeah, like I feel like most of the people buying these games on the PC were potentially people that had already bought that game on the PlayStation anyway. I don't think there were a lot of PC players necessarily waiting around for PlayStation, games to come along. There's plenty of games on the
There's probably new
PlayStation
people though.
or
There's,
on the
I don't know. I don't.
PC.
Yeah, I don't know how you would find that out, but like, because you see those stories of people saying like, "Hey, I'm going to invest in a PC now since games are coming up here now," and yeah, because the price of the console is going up. It's like, yeah, maybe I'll just really invest in a PC, and like some people have. People say they invest in a high power PC, and they say like, "Hey, since the PlayStation exclusives are coming here now, this is the best place to play it." And thing is, now that they've done that, it's like, oh, now you're going to just keep the exclusive. Uh, well, fuck it. Some people say like, well, I guess I'll just miss out because I already pay for this damn like this high power PC. I'm not gonna go buy
Right.
a freaking PlayStation just for a few games.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing is, and that's where the funny thing is with the Microsoft thing is like, if you do go into this mentality of, okay, our games are only going to come out on this very specific piece of hardware, like what is the motivating factor for people to own many things? I mean, it gets, that proposition gets harder and harder every day. Like I know there was a point in time where, myself included, like I had a PlayStation, I had an Xbox 360, and I had, whatever the Wii. But even the generation after that, I didn't have a Wii U, and it's just slowly decreased over the years. And it's just become harder to buy the things that you need to survive or afford the things you need to survive, food and housing and clothing and things of that nature, gas to get to work. You know, Entertainment stuff is going to fall off,
Yeah,
every
exactly.
time. And we're not in a world where I'm going to sit here and have 3 consoles and a gaming PC for the opportunity to give each one of them $70+ for a video game. So I don't understand the logic anymore in the world that we live in for these businesses, at least, to want to have a piece of hardware if you could sell it elsewhere. Like what is the world, honestly, what does the world look like where PlayStation realizes, oh, we don't need to do a piece of hardware? Xbox has already given up on the hardware, and then PlayStation is like, wait a second, we could just release these games on PCs. Now, obviously, PCs, at least up until now, have been relatively prohibitively expensive compared to consoles. That gap is closing very quickly. You were rattling off prices for Xboxes before we started recording, close to $1,000. Now, the unfortunate thing is, now we're looking at PCs that are, $2,000 and $3,000 because of RAM prices and graphics cards being just absolutely insane over the past couple of years, 10 plus years for graphics cards. There used to be a point where graphics cards, it was like, okay, a $300 card is going to get me something, get me comparable performance
Yeah,
to a
exactly.
console. And now it's like $600-700 to get something that's comparable to a console. And then if you want to be fancier than that, you're looking at spending, $1,000+ on just one piece of that hardware. That's why I very much feel like, and we've talked about it before, that's where cloud gaming is going to thrive, is people not being able to afford these things. And really it's just about getting the experience with cloud gaming to the level that people are comfortable with. And the thing that scares me about that, though, honestly, is cloud gaming is just going to become another subscription. So instead of buying a console outright like we used to do and then buying the games as we want them, now, okay, I've got to pay $20 a month to access my virtual Xbox, and then an additional $5 or $10 or $15 to access the games library, or still outright purchase the games if that's even an option. But yeah, it very much feels like consoles are we headed towards another video game crash, Dominic, or are
Well,
we
I
already
think
there?
I think it's going to be more because I feel like this time, if there is a video game crash, it's a crash that's combined with other things happening, like
Okay.
around the world. Like it's just a total crash. Like I mean, not maybe not total crash, but it's like, oh shit, like shit hits the fan.
Just
A
like
lot of things start
absolute
going bad. Yeah,
absolute economic downturn, basically.
yeah,
Recession.
yeah. That's what I feel
Okay.
like. I feel like that's what happens, and things just that's what yeah. I don't feel like it would just be video games. That's the thing.
I
I don't feel
gotcha.
like it would just be video games. I feel like it'll be almost like entertainment stuff maybe crashing.
Mm.
Like you said, people focusing on things like, I mean, yeah, it's I feel like that would happen. Because that's what I keep thinking. Like when we talk about the future, or like, oh, what's the games going to do? I'm like, man, what the hell? Where are we going to be like?
Yeah.
Like in
No,
the
I mean,
future
we've
now?
talked about that before, but between AI and robotics, what does living as a human being trying to just survive and have an enjoyable life in the world look like? And I say those things and I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you use those things to improve our lives? But no, we're currently using those things to improve the profits of billion-dollar companies and
Yeah,
people, and throwing everyone else in the wood chipper to at the cost of those things effectively. And I just, I was listening to one podcast, and I think they were talking about like the Star Trek, future, where, outside of, the what we see on the shows where they have their, skirmishes with Klingons or whatever, like it's a relatively like peaceful,
yeah.
we've
Like food.
evolved past.
Yeah, yeah. Like the home, like Earth is at the point where there is no such thing as people being poor. They like food is not scarce. Like they get
Right.
like
There's no
everything.
needs.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's a
yeah,
utopian world
yeah.
effectively. Um, but what they pointed out was, in order to get to that utopian world, it took World War III. Um, and maybe that's where we're headed, not necessarily World War III, but maybe something equivalent to the modern day version of whatever a world war would be, right?
Yeah.
And maybe that's what it's going to take, is such a
Drone war.
dramatic.
It'll be drone war.
Yes, effectively. um yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know that you and I lived through that. I would hope at the very least that my daughter gets to see the other side of whatever that would be. Um but I don't know what the timeline looks like. Like it feels like they're trying to shorten it, with the push on this AI bullshit. But at the same time, I think that's where the talk of like a bubble for AI comes from, right? Because they push it at you, they push it at you, they push it at you, and it just doesn't work. Like all it does is expose the fact that it's wrong and it does a bad job, and humans could do it better and in some cases quicker. um it's not to say that there aren't places for these things, but just like with any technology, we should be using it to better our lives, not you know better the profits of some nameless faceless corporation, or billionaire who already has more money than they would ever need for the next 20 generations of them and their family. Um, and yeah, I don't know what that looks like. Obviously, like we have the numbers, right, Dominic? Like that's the argument is like there's 5 billionaires and there's billions of us, but yeah, when they have the power in the form of money and they can buy off anyone that is powerful around them, then what power do we have?
Yeah, exactly.
Outside of starting from the very bottom, and it's with to look at it optimistically, right? Like there is some level of okay, yeah, if we have to start from the bottom, we have to start at the grassroots, we have to start with you know people who are of the same mindset as us on a local level, and then take that to a federal level, and so on and so forth. But because you have these corporations funneling money into these campaigns, that becomes harder and harder whether you try to do it or not. Like I could run for local office right now, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to win, even if I have a very populous, platform. My platform is, hey, I just want a nice world for us to live in. These are how I think we could pay for things. Instead of building these bombs, we could build food shelters and things like that, right? And uh, then I've got these corporations going, oh no, that would bite into our profits. We're going to say that this guy doesn't want to build gardens where he's going to eat vegetables. He wants to build baby factories so he
Yeah,
can
yeah.
grind them up into a food paste. Soylent Green is people, like I don't know. And then that message gets spread much further and wider than my message because they have billions of dollars and
Exactly. They can
Twitter in their
spread the
back pocket.
yeah, even though like it'd be out there like, oh, this is not real. It's like it's already out people's minds. It's
Yeah.
already like been changed to
And
not
that's not even
look.
taking into, the video editing power of AI nowadays.
Oh my
Like,
god! Like it is. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like that's what I'm saying. Like this is bad. Like people are already getting faked out before that stuff.
yeah,
So
yeah. And it used to be, well, like you can at least believe your eyes and what you're hearing, but no, now you can't even do that anymore. And that's just going to make people more cynical. I mean, I already find myself going like, is this AI? That's probably AI. I'm not going to get fooled by this, Dominic. This is AI. Like it's fake. Like, but that then just supports your inherent bias, right? It's like, oh, here's a video of Obama saying I ate children, and like it's him. He's saying it, and I'm like, no, it's not him saying it. And then it turns out like it's actually him saying it or whatever. Like, I mean, that's like I use that as an example for me, but like that's exactly what's happening with Trump, right? Is like he'll say something absolutely batshit insane, and the people who are interested in following him will be like, that's not what he meant, or that's not real, that's AI. Like, okay, well then we inherently live in a different reality, And there is going to be no way for my reality to intersect with your reality to show that we are in the same reality. Like, it's just an unwillingness to understand that we are in the same reality. And maybe we are, Dominic. Maybe we're in the simulation.
Definitely a simulation. All right. So what we got now?
All right. Yeah. So we do have two more Sony stories here. State of Play has been announced for June 2nd. That's going to be ahead of Summer Games Fest by a couple of days. It is going to feature Marvel's Wolverine, which makes a lot of sense if that game is still coming out this year. It's got a date. They need to be showing that sooner rather than later. Are there any other games that you can think of that you are currently aware of that you would like to see them, or even games
the
that you're hoping?
game? The Naughty Dog game wants to see more.
Heretic Prophet.
Yep, and hopefully they have made her more beautiful for the internet. People can be happy now.
They've added hair.
Yeah, not only hair, but she has big boobies. She's
of course,
basically the character from Stellar Blade. But anyway,
yes. They've lightened her up too. Yes,
yeah.
They love all those things.
No, I want to see some more of that game. Yeah, I'm curious to see what that game, where they go from there. Like, I'm really hoping that it's a game that's more. I don't mind it still being the cinematic kind of game, but like something that's different, like something that's really new to what they've done. Like they surprise us. They surprise us with like the gameplay. It's like, oh,
yeah,
I didn't see it being that.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, because it looked like more melee focused combat, right?
Yeah. And while like Uncharted was shooting and The Last of Us was more survival.
Stealth and survival. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely want to see what they go from there. I guess they're going to probably show some more Horizon. That's Horizon multiplayer.
Oh yeah, the multiplayer thing, absolutely.
And I think like a franchise that at least a known franchise, because I have no. I mean, of course, I want something new, but
there's been some talk going around of Infamous making a return, whether it be like a remaster or remake of one of those games. Would you have any interest in that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I actually want to go back to play it because I still haven't finished 2. I had to play a lot of it, and I just didn't finish it. And yeah, it is on the like plus. I just
Jack and Daxter, Dominic.
I'm saying I do want another like cartoon. I mean, like, well, not Ratchet. I mean, Ratchet Clank, but that's Insomniac. But like something, one of those franchises.
Sly Cooper, Jack and Daxter.
Sly Cooper, Jack and Daxter, or Knack. Get Knack back in there. But I want something that's a little. Oh well, I guess. I mean, they did Astrobot. I guess it could be another Astrobot game. I don't know, like but yeah, there's something that's a little more platformy and fun in a way. It doesn't have to be like something that's not like dark and serious or something, or like, but like that's for PlayStation. That's what I can think of from that. Twisted Metal. They finally do Twisted because they have a damn show, and then they have really no game.
It is really incredible that they have a pretty successful show, but haven't made a video game for that in like over 10 years at this point.
And then they don't have to be like, like Twisted Metal can be whatever, because like the one I always think about is Twisted Metal Black. That's my favorite one, and it was like really dark, but it's just a card. It don't have to be dark. It can be just fun. Like, it's just fun explosion stuff. I mean, it's violent, but it doesn't have to be dark violence. Like,
it's been almost 15 years since the last Twisted Metal game, Dominic. Like, and they've got a series that is successful, and they don't have a game to show for it. I know the rumors have been that they've tried to make a game, but this is one that, like, this is prime Star Fox 64,
but they did that
right?
Destruction Derby game.
Yeah, they did.
It was them, right? That wasn't.
Just take
Yeah.
Just take one of these games and remake it. 2 or black or whichever. Like, just make it prettier. Just do that. Add online. It'll be fine.
Yeah, there you go. So that's your online game. Shit.
Yeah. I was about to actually say, like, in addition to the single player, just make the online free or something like that, and sell some car skins or whatever. Yeah. I don't know these people anymore, Dominic. Yeah, that's my thing. I'm always hoping out of these shows for something that I can't think of. Whether it be, a remake of something that I didn't even think about, or think possible. Resistance, Dominic. I want a Resistance remake made by
Are they still
Bungie.
doing that remake of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic?
It is, I think, a little bit up in the air. Like, it is, I think they came out somewhat recently and said, we're still working on this, but I don't think it's affiliated with Sony anymore. I don't think they're funding it anymore.
What about the agent for Rockstar? Are they still doing that?
It's funny that you say that, Dominic, because I feel like I saw something recently about, like, a trademark for the agent, and I was very surprised that I saw that be brought up in the year of our Lord 2026. But nothing immediately pops up when I look now, so I don't know what I saw, but the agent, yeah, we'll bring that back. All right, Dominic. And then the last story I've got here, reporting, sounds like Bungie is not currently in active development for Destiny 3, and as a result, it sounds like maybe they're going to be in between games a little bit right now, and that would lead to pretty massive layoffs for that studio. I think we've talked extensively in the past about the idea that Sony is going to kill Bungie, and I wish it was more hyperbolic. Like, I wish I could live in a world where I don't think that that's a very real possibility. Now, you had put on the table the other day that, they had left Microsoft, they had left Activision. Maybe there is a world where the leadership, says, hey, let us become an independent developer again. I'm sorry this didn't work out for you, but I don't know what that looks like for Sony if, letting them go means something different than liquidating them and, getting them off their books and not having to pay tax on something, or, something like that. Like, oh, this is an operating loss or some made up bullshit. But it really feels it's messed up that we live in a world where the people that made Halo, which was effectively supposed to be like the PlayStation killer, got bought by PlayStation and then is going to get killed, whilst being led by the guy who was making the game that was supposed to be the biggest competitor to Halo in Killzone, because Herman Hulst now is in charge of Sony, him being a former Guerrilla guy, Guerrilla being the studio that made Killzone. It feels like if I was writing this script in Hollywood, it would be overcomplicated.
Take you down. You say, like,
yeah, like,
I was just patient.
I am the true Halo killer.
I was just very patient. It's like, and then finally happened.
Yeah. Obviously, like none of that makes sense from a business standpoint.
No.
Obviously, Sony spent a lot of money on Bungie and would like them to have made a successful live service game and helped them usher Sony into a realm where all they were releasing was live service games from every one of their studios, and every single one of them had a massive audience. But the idea that somebody in a boardroom thought that that was going to be the case and spent so much money on Bungie only to now be in this position, I think only speaks to the stupidity of those people.
Because all you have to do, like, what was the talk with them of like them helping? Like, yeah, I guess it was a really good investigation to see like how what they were doing with their current game, and like, hey, they can't. We say, oh, we got to worry about our own game. We can't help you and do this at the same time.
Which, I mean, seemingly they did have a part. If I recall correctly, it did sound like they had a part in pointing out to Naughty Dog that, hey, you're making this multiplayer Last of Us thing. I don't think you quite understand what kind of a commitment that is. But if anything, that's kind of funny because then that just points out that, oh, maybe live service games are harder than you think.
Yeah.
And maybe they're not as good of an investment as you think they are, Sony, you know?
Yeah, that too. Exactly. It's like, yeah, like here's the thing. It's like Microsoft, like, it's so funny how Microsoft just couldn't really get to do like the nice single player game franchise to keep going, while Sony can get a multiplayer game. They like going like last generation, and it's continued to like this generation. Like really like Sony, still like first party wise, they don't really have anything. Well, Helldivers 2 was the only thing they really have, like we really know of, that they've done done well on. That's multiplayer. And it's I guess I don't know. They just haven't got that studio, or the studios that they have. They try to get them to do it, and they just can't do it. Or not they just can't do it. Maybe it's not. Maybe whatever they want from them, or to make it to be profitable, is just not working. I don't know. Like I don't say because thing is I want them to make a good game. Now, the good game comes out like, it makes them a lot of money, but it's a good game. That's cool. But it's just that every time I think about the games that they try to get to, it's just like, it's probably like a game I care about anyway. They just want to exploit us. So it's like I don't know if I want to be successful. But I don't know. Like I didn't see the games or anything. Like I kind of wish you could just make a good multiplayer game, and then if it goes to be that, but it seems like they got to make a certain one. So now we got to make money, like tons of money though from it, and like I don't know, because it seems like the games that do make ton of money, I'm not into them. Like I'm not into those type of games, and they exploit us. Really. So like, no, I don't want that.
And exploit children. I mean, that's the thing, right? Is like the biggest games are Roblox and Fortnite, and the biggest buyers into those games are the kids, right?
Yeah. So I don't know if I say I want that to be, if that's what they're looking for. I don't want that to be successful. I just want them to make a nice, good multiplayer game. If it turns out to be successful, it turns out to be successful.
Live service games are inherently unethical, Dominic. There, I said it.
Yeah, that's what you make. Like, I mean, the old days, like where you added multiplayer. Like, I mean, or not just added. I mean, that's what they did. Like some games in the start multiplayer, they added it in later. But you made a game single player, and then it had multiplayer. I mean, like it doesn't have to be added later, but like initially, yes. Like, hey, you
Yeah.
have like the game
Multiplayer
came
was
off.
always the
Yeah,
bonus.
yes, yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, we got this game that's in the multiplayer. So, oh, the multiplayer is good, and then you play it, and then then you see how popular it is, and then you want to add some stuff, to that. Fine, but like now it's like either or. It's either or. There's
Yeah.
no thing where it's like, yeah, we had it. It's
Yeah,
because
there's very few games
and
where
then they
it's
say
like,
like
here's
this
a
development costs, and and,
yeah,
and and look, I get that, but maybe it's a way like,
you
look,
wasted half
you
your money.
focus you focus on the single player, and then you add like just a multiplayer, but you don't add a lot to it. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
you just get the foundation of it, and you got some maps. All depends what type of multiplayer we're talking about here. Maybe you got just a couple maps or something, and then people play it, and then people like it. Then, like, you see the popularity of it, and then you just add on to that or something like that. Like, I don't know. It's got to be way so it won't. So it's like you still don't lose. It won't feel like you lost a lot of money. But
Right.
hey, I don't know. It's like to me, I just feel like, hey, man, I mean, the way y'all just asking for way too much money. Y'all, that's what it is. It's just y'all, like, yeah, the development costs mean it's too high, but I feel like, man, that's on y'all for that. And then you're asking us to buy way too much into that to feel like to make a profit.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's sad. Yeah. So Bungie, I mean, I hope they got something in the works. I mean, it's sad like that. I don't know what they are in production with their new whether IP they're going to be working on. I mean, hell, I
Yeah.
mean, Marathon technically just came out, so what? I don't. So because I forget that they're Marathon. So I'm just thinking like,
Yeah.
oh, what are they going to do next? Like, oh no, they all technically are doing Marathon, and I don't really know how to do it. It's not my type of game, but I'm not hearing like it's doing. I mean, I'm not hearing like it's game busters or anything. I mean, for
Yeah, and
Bungie,
that's the thing. It's not I don't think it's not a dead game, right? It's not
yeah.
people aren't going
But
around
this is
calling it a
Bungie we're
dead game.
talking about. It should be up there. Like it
Right.
should be.
And
Yeah,
as a result too, it's also expensive, the development team is expensive, the company was expensive. So it has to make a certain number to get there for Sony to be satisfied with it, and it sounds like that's not where it's at.
that's unfortunate.
All right, Dominic, that is the news I had for the week. Did you see anything else worth mentioning?
Nah, I haven't
All right.
anything.
We can roll into new releases here, Dominic. First up, we got Darksiders War Mastered Edition making its way to the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S.
Wow,
Uh,
darn that!
yep.
Totally forgot about that. It because the War Master Edition that did already like there was already a War Master Edition, right? Like that came on the last
Yeah.
consoles.
Yep.
Yeah,
On the
wow.
PS4 and the Xbox One. Yeah.
And you would just think like it was just like backwards compatible, just upgrade. I mean, like probably add a little something, but
Which
damn, they
it,
just
it
did.
might be, but they might want to still be trying to, just get a little bit extra out of it now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. But are they still doing a? They are doing a Dark Side of 4, right? I mean, like a fourth one with all
Yes.
the
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah. They confirmed that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So this is them
Maybe
trying to
we'll
say we
see
gotta
that
get.
in summer
Maybe
game.
maybe that's what they're doing. It's like we see more cash for development. Let's just release this game again.
Yeah. All right, you
What else we
mentioned
got?
it earlier. We talked a little bit about it. Forza Horizon 6 is now out on the PC and Xbox Series X and S. That's obviously doing
So
gangbusters.
it's
It
not on
seems like it's
PS. I
selling
thought it
well.
was on PS5 too, for some reason.
You know what? I'm trying to think. I feel like we looked that up recently. And Forza Horizon 6. No, it is announced but not released. So
Wow.
you can
Oh, so
currently add it to
it's
your
a
wish
timed
list. Yeah.
exclusive.
It's a
Okay.
timed exclusive. There you go, people. God, I just scrolled down to the bottom of this and I didn't even see the header. I just see Minecraft, Forza Horizon, Fable, Kiln, Gears of War, Forza Horizon 5, Flight Simulator on this PlayStation Store website. And I'm like, oh my goodness. They're just showing me all the Xbox games because I'm looking at an Xbox game and then I see that it says
Yeah.
Xbox Game Studios titles. But yeah, man, they are just, when you look at it like that, it's like, man, they're really just already pumping out so many games for the PlayStation. You know, Sea of Thieves, Grounded, Ninja Gaiden, Outer Worlds 2, Hellblade, Pentiment. Yeah. All right, Dominic. Next up, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. That's now out on the Nintendo Switch 2. I've seen relatively positive thoughts on that game. It sounds like it's doing something different than the traditional, Mario-esque platformer that Yoshi's Island once was, and Yoshi's Story kind of tried to follow. I'm interested to see what it is. Like I hope there's a demo of this that eventually makes its way out. I don't think there's one currently. Just to kind of explore what this gameplay style is, but I'm not sold on it necessarily, even with the
No, I mean,
positive
for what
talk
I
around it.
watched like a little bit of Mid-Max, and the guy
Uh-huh.
was describing it, and he just said that it's it's fine. Like it's,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like the other ones, the other Yoshi games. He said it's fine. It's doesn't. He said I wish it was a little bit more to it to make it like some type of. He said it's almost like a cozy. I mean, a cozy game. Like it's not too difficult, but it is platformy though. It has platform,
They
but it's not.
turned Yoshi into a
It's like a
walking
it's like
simulator,
a cozy.
Dominic.
It's like a cozy. It's like a cozy platformer type of game.
Yeah.
It's like.
And that's what Crafted World almost kind of felt like too, but this definitely feels a little more so, even because it almost
But
seems
see,
like
I don't want
most
people to
of the
say that. I want to make them
gameplay.
feel like I was good. I was really good at the game.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It
it was
seems
it was
like the
tough to
gameplay is more about like the exploration and what you can do with the enemies than like killing the enemies and progressing in like a traditional platformer kind of way. All right. Speaking of traditional platformers, Dominic, we got Bubsy 4D out
Yep.
on PC, Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Switch 2, PS4, 5, Xbox One, and Xbox
This is
Series
what we've
X.
been waiting for.
I don't know. From the talk I've heard, Dominic, it might be the best Bubsy game that has ever existed.
Yeah.
That is a pretty low bar, though.
No. So why people hate Bubsy that was on Genesis and Super Nintendo?
I think because he was basically just, trying to be Sonic attitude and, maybe a little
It's cool because you
over
go
the
super
top with
fast and then you can just trip. You just trip down a hill.
Yeah.
I replayed that. I mean, I played as a kid, so I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know mechanically like why. I mean, like why it was hated. Like I don't know what was it like? Oh, the platform is just bad and horrible. I never thought.
Yeah.
I was like, darn, it was that bad. I said, I mean, as a kid, I just play. I mean, I didn't like. It's not that I didn't know what a bad game was, but it had to be something significant. Because I
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
tell if there was something like I just wasn't good.
I mean, back then we were playing like licensed drivel, and I say
yeah,
drivel, but
exactly.
like
Yeah,
it wasn't bad. It was just copy and paste, right? Like it's the
yeah,
same
exactly.
platforming game with a different skin. Like there's nothing inherently wrong with Aladdin or Lion King outside of maybe the difficulty level to it. But there also wasn't really anything unique about it. It was just, okay, I'm going to come up here, I'm going to jump, I'm going to find an enemy. And
some people argue. Some people argue with that. I mean, the animation was good. I know that for those games,
no, absolutely,
it definitely was the animation. Like they really that's what made it really good. But like you said, it was.
But video games were very much cookie cutter back then.
I know what you're saying.
You know, 4 different genres, but then within that genre, it was, you know, effectively something very similar, and especially to our children minds, like we're not, you know, like, oh, the timing on this feels off. You might go like, oh, this kind of sucks, but you're not gonna necessarily be able to pinpoint what it is that makes this platformer feel better than this platform.
Definitely not.
So yeah, I don't know. This is a game that I'd be interested in giving a try. If this popped up on like a Game Pass or something eventually. It sounds like it's very short though. Maybe just, you know, like a couple of hours, like, I don't know, somewhere between like 3 and 5. But you know, I've talked extensively about that not being a bad thing to me nowadays, but it is still a price proposition, right? Like, is that 2 to 4 hours worth 30, 40, 50, 60, $70? Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Like, if I'm playing this game around my daughter, I'm going to have to turn the verbosity slider down. I can't have him doing all these adult themed quips, and therefore I'm losing money.
He has that in his game?
I don't know if it's adult themed, but it's very punny. He talks a lot, and they do have a slider that lets you turn that up and turn that down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they had that in the last game too. See, I mean, that's the thing, right? Is like, I'm talking about like potentially playing this game. I'm pretty sure I played at least a portion, not much, but I played a little bit of that last one because it ended up on Game Pass or PlayStation Plus or something like that. Or there was a demo. I don't know. All right, Dominic. And then the last one we got here, Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, now out on the PC, PS5, Xbox Series S and X. You talked a little bit about that. I also wanted to bring up the fact, because I saw this article on one of the places, I think maybe Video Game Chronicle, or maybe it was Game Informer, that this is the first de novo game to be cracked on day one after being released in 2026. Sounds like the pirates maybe have this system a little under control now, Dominic.
Yeah, they're doing something.
Doing God's work. I mean,
they're doing God's work. Oh man, they're angry there. It's like, I'm tired of these corporate guys just charging these prices for games, and then they just letting people go. They have these games come out, letting people go. That's what they're doing there. You know, it's not about just getting free games. That's what I tell myself.
I think it's funny that one of the posts I see when I look this up is from the Steam community. Remove de novo. The game has been cracked. Yeah, like once it's been cracked, like, might as well take that out for paying customers.
Because all you do is just it's like let
slow my system down.
Have a little bit more RAM.
Yeah, that's crazy that, you know, we're not even halfway through this year and we're starting to see.
Technically, they can say like, oh, we're gonna put de novo on the update. That's what they want to do. It's like, we're gonna do an update and then de novo on that, and then there'll be like, see that there you go. It's like in the DLC or something like that. New DLC come, and it's like it's de novo on that. I mean, that's the thing with this new anti-piracy thing, is that it continues to be up there. Like, it evolves and it's different. Like, the person has to go and crack it, like try to crack it again.
Right.
But the thing is, but like I said, I mean, we said this before, is that I just think the people who crack games, it's like something. It's like a pen in the bucket, man. It's like it's not enough to really lose that much sales. Like
Yeah.
like it like yeah like the how
It's
many
so complicated
the potential
just because someone downloads that game doesn't mean they were going to buy that game.
by that game exactly. That's the thing. And then it's a PC. Like you're getting most of your sales on the consoles anyway. so
Right.
so it's a fraction. It's a fraction of the PC people.
It's a fraction
That's
of a
the thing.
fraction.
Yeah. So it's like, good God.
Yeah. Grand Theft Auto.
Also, I'm angry about them still not being multiplayer online with this. Like, it's just ridiculous. And then I was looking online just hopefully to see like, hey, have they said anything about why? People are still posting what I had read like years ago about like how the I forgot what was it, Indiana Jones or something. One of them, like they were online on the Xbox 360, PS3, but they said the report is that it wasn't a lot of people playing online. That's what they said. I don't know if I even trust them on that. And even if that's true, like maybe that's true. That was 20 something years ago. So like people even like I'm just tired of comment just saying that because that's what somebody said. Somebody's like, I wish I would stop saying the same goddamn excuse because this is 20 something years ago now. But like that game that you're talking about has come out 20 something years ago. It's 2026 now. So why aren't they doing it now? Why can't we play this? These games are popular enough that
in
it
a
can
world
be
where
online.
kids live in online games in Roblox
and Fortnite. and
Fortnite, yeah, duh.
What the hell? I was like, just tell us. And then some people say like, oh, because of the money, like infrastructure. I'm like, it's fucking Warner Brothers, and this is one of your popular franchises, and you can't have the money, the budget to have it for people can play online together. Get the fuck out of here. That'd be real cheap. Like, yeah, that whole family shit worked years ago, apparently. Even though it didn't work with me, because I was like, I ain't got no fucking family. I mean, I got a family, but I ain't got like kids, like play in the house, something like that with. But it's like, yo, kids play this game. They don't just they try to say like, oh, we try to get the adults to play with the kids. Well, okay, but adults also got to do other things too. Like they also got to work, and the kids still want to play. They want to play with their friends.
Yeah,
and their friends probably live somewhere else. like why can't they play online together?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean we've talked about it before, but I don't understand how we live in a society now where Steam implemented this thing where effectively you and I can play any couch co-op game over the internet, you know, without too much lag or anything like that. Why these other console makers are not implementing a similar back-end scenario?
Yeah, that Q&A thing. Well, not Q&A, but whatever the suggestion.
Yeah, add it to my player voice. I got you. Yeah, I'm gonna have so many player voice posts here, Dominic. You better be upvoting all of them. I'm gonna send you links to every single one of them. Each one of them is gonna have 2 because I'm gonna upvote myself. I'm gonna make a fake account. It'd be easy to
write up stuff. You could like if you want to write like something, just put in Chat GPT and say like, hey, write it up. So
yes,
it'd be pretty good. Write it up so. Hey, make this popular enough for people to upload it.
There you go. How can I spam this so that it will get into the eyes of Asha Sharma? Well, first you need to stop bringing up her feet pics. Thanks, ChatGPT. Anyway, all right, Dominic. Anything else for the people before we get out of here?
I'm good.
All right. right. Thank you guys as always for listening. You can check us out on Twitter. Dominic's at DStallworth5. I'm at Regulus MB. The podcast is at SupaPod, SupaPod. We are also on Blue Sky at SupaPod.com, at RegulusMB.sky.social, at DinoMan at DominicStallworth.bluesky.social. We also have a website that has all of our podcasts, as well as links to all the places you can find us, including YouTube, where there's a video version of this podcast. And then, of course, all the audio places, iTunes, YouTube Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, and pretty much any place that you can find an audio podcast. We are there. And until next time, guys, talk to you later.
All right, see you.